Hello and welcome to Cutting Through the Board in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And today we're going to talk about some weird alien encounters because it's my birthday episode and I'm going to make these guys listen to strange alien stuff.
Happy birthday, Ben.
Happy birthday. This now makes me regret that I didn't choose like my favourite subject for my birthday.
You should have.
I know, I'll remember for next year.
No, you won't.
I will. We're going to review WCW's 1997 Bash at the Beach pay-per-view.
I don't mind that.
Off the top of my head, I have no idea.
Can we do Survivor Series 91 where Hulk Hogan fought The Undertaker? That's one of my favourites.
Yeah. Oh, bad memories for me, that period. I remember crying on the sofa when he lost the belt to Taker. I didn't know it wasn't real, Ben.
Well, he did get tombstoned onto a steel chair, guys.
Yeah, right onto his head. I've told this story before in here, I know I have, and I was very tearful. But anyway.
Yeah.
My mother said to me, I'll never forget, I'm sure he'll win it back, don't worry. Fucking did, didn't he?
There you go.
Yeah, the Hulkster. Never called me the N-word. Still love you, baby. You're still my hero.
Well, he's going to be somebody's.
I'm not the only Hulkamania.
No, you're not. I mean,
Come on.
when he does come back and he does get to the old yellow and gold, the gold and orange and whatever, and the song cooks in and everyone goes and everyone cheers and you're like, yeah, I remember that. That's a welcome slice of nostalgia.
Ain't no Bob Backlund though.
Apparently that cross-faced chicken wing is an actual amateur wrestling move and hurts like fuck even when you can't put it on in a pretend sort of way.
Yeah.
So the dude who's there selling it going, okay, hurt, is actually feeling quite uncomfortable. And he's a fucking weird old dude.
Is he?
He is fucking weird.
So
it's like he's from the 1940s or something, like.
Probably is.
And just, well, yeah, but he's a weird man with his little dicky bow, and he's very like all American and.
Does he still show up at like WrestleManias backstage?
Occasionally and stuff, but he's really balmy and you know, like when he did his Hall of Fame speech, it was basically the old hook around the neck, like, all right,
He's got to be getting on now, hasn't he?
yeah.
Because he was near at the end of his career when I started.
He was old when he came, because he
Yeah.
was the champion before. So it was Bob Backlund, then the Iron Sheik, then Hulk Hogan. And Bob Backlund disappeared for years, and then Vince brought him back in like the 90s when we were kids as like just a, you know, I guess nostalgia to the. But we didn't. When I was 10, I didn't know. I was like, who the fuck is this old dick in his little shit pants? Why is he fighting Bret Hart?
Because everybody had like cool names, cool names. He was just Bob Backlund. So he always stuck out for me.
It's true though, isn't
Shit
it?
old guy called Bob Backlund.
In the red corner, the Ugandan giant Kamala! And in the blue corner, Bob Backlund.
He didn't need a gimmick.
No. He looked like a fucking history teacher or something. See me after class, Mr. Hitman! Anyway.
Yeah, we divulge.
That's our weekly wrestling fix.
We'll get some more in some point, I'm sure. So first, we're going to do some weird news. Take about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then we'll crack on with the main thrust of today's topic. Let's also say hello to some new listeners across the globe. Notice I'm saying globe and not flat earth. Estonia, Brazil, Australia, is that a newbie?
Could be.
We've definitely had Vietnam before. Hello to Vietnam.
Oh, good morning! Sorry.
Yeah.
That too. Weird film, that.
It's not one of my favourites. I'll be controversial. I don't actually like Robin Williams that much.
Oh, I'm not like a super fan, but yeah, I do like him. But isn't it my memory correct that it's like a bit of a comedy, then goes all fucking sad at the end? Like
Yeah.
Really a bit Vietnam-y.
Yeah, Vietnam films tend to do that. Doesn't have a happy ending. Unless you're one of the Viet Cong, I suppose, then it would have a happy ending, but after years of struggle and sacrifice.
Charlie Don't Surf.
Well, he did after. Anyway, let's move on.
Play the jingle.
Let's get the boys' views on this week's weird news.
I've got a follow-up. You remember ages ago we said that Billy Corgan saw someone turn into a shape-shifting reptile?
We did.
So
I
you
do.
Now he says that shape-shifting reptilians run the satanic music industry.
Oh, Billy, put the joint down. Billy, put the joint down.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's he got to say?
Well, Smashing Pumpkins frontman Billy Corgan has opened up about his experiences in the record industry, telling Howard Stern he's witnessed a shape-shifting humanoid in the flesh, before opening up to production staff after the show, informing them that the record industry Illuminati is controlled by non-human reptilians. Responding to a Howard Stern joke about reptilians, Corgan became serious and said, "Not to add to the conspiracy, but I've had paranormal experiences in my life that sort of lend itself into that category." He said, "I'm turning red, I'm so embarrassed. Let's just say I was with someone once and I saw a transformation I can't explain." Howard Stern asked, "The person transformed into something other than human?" Corgan responded, "Yes, I saw it. I was totally sober. Imagine you're doing something and suddenly you turn around and there's somebody else standing there. It's hard to explain without going into detail. I'd rather not do it."
I'm sure we've heard them quotes before.
We have, but he's on about the satanics.
Okay.
He said he was being vague on air out of fear for his career and the well-being of his loved ones. He says, "Demons exist. They are real. They are reptilian. That's what the Bible says Eve was seduced by a snake. Substitute reptile for snake." Well, snakes are reptiles, William. Corgan said before elaborating about his experience with the record industry Illuminati. It was something along the lines of the reptilian said to him, even though he can't remember the exact words, but it was something along the lines of, "All humans will suffer in unending agony, and if you've ever had to listen to Justin Bieber, you'll find he's right."
It's a shitter, isn't it?
Well, to put it bluntly, yeah.
I'm going to say
Suffer
to
in
you.
unending agony.
I'm going to say to you, though.
Miley Cyrus,
You know.
Justin Bieber.
Look, I'm
First
not,
Brexit, now this.
Can't even get the music industry anymore.
I'm not fucking Columbo, but
You'd be a lot cooler if you were.
hey, I'd have one eye as well. But listen, he's just said there he was completely sober. Now, I don't have the best memory in the world, but I'm pretty sure if a human being shape-shifted when I was completely sober into a reptile and spoke to me,
And
I'd
said
be
that-
able to tell you word for fucking word what the fucking lizard man said, because, well, it's not sort of everyday occurrence, is it?
No.
What if he was using, say, an archaic language, like English, but sort of...
Well, he shouldn't be able to translate any of it then.
He's speaking like, you know, if you listen to a
Speaking
scientist...
with fuck tongue.
Yeah.
Hey!
Sometimes you listen to a scientist speak,
Mm-hmm.
and you only pick up some half the words.
Oh, you mean like when we watched Philip K. Dick give that interview and I couldn't make out the fuck he was saying?
Yeah, I don't know, Billy. Well, but, alright, what's he set to gain from this? Like, if it's bullshit,
Yeah.
if it's a lie, what do you think he thinks the end game? Does he just want to...
Get his name back in the paper.
Well, he's won over... He tried to get in with the wrestling crowd and he's kind of still in with them. Is this his attempt at, now I'm going to become like the darling of the conspiracy world?
Yeah. Do you think he's after a sainthood on the show?
Well, he could be. Slight tangent, but very related. What are your opinions on this whole demonisation of conspiracy theory that's happening? Because YouTube are going to stop
They are.
videos with conspiracy
Being recommended.
themes being recommended. Videos about Tower 7 have all been removed. It's becoming harder and
It's
harder
an
to
absolute
find
joke,
certain
innit?
things.
I mean, in their tweet they said, conspiracy theories like 9/11. You tell me somebody now that actually believes the fucking
The
government
official
lied.
story,
Yeah.
it is scary as fuck, isn't it? Because I can see where they might, devil's advocate, they might be able to say, look, a lot of this stuff is absolute unfounded bollocks. It gets mixed in with what's factual and it's dangerous for society and
I
we don't
understand
want
that.
it,
Yeah.
right? But then on the other side, you're like, hey, but why do you get to decide which ones are bullshit and factual? Like, why are you
Who's-
taking
yeah.
down the Tower 7 ones?
Yeah?
Who's making
Well,
these
if-
decisions?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's implementing them?
YouTube is essentially YouTube, Facebook, social media. They call it like the Silicon Valley, that area where all those companies are, the young liberal elite.
I don't want
they're not
them
your
cunts
Hollywood elite,
censoring my news.
but they are literally have more power over the world. As more and more of us are staring at our screens and being... They are fucking... Never mind your Russian bot farms. Facebook, YouTube, Google are literally controlling what gets to your eyes, and it's tailored to your...
An algorithm.
History and things. But I think this is fishy,
I want to know what
shit.
this algorithm is and how it works.
So basically, you know the way you fall down a rabbit hole on YouTube, sorry if I'm mansplaining or whatever, I'm saying that sarcastically. But essentially, you know, we look for a video on YouTube and you fall down the rabbit hole because it just keeps suggesting more related, like, oh, you like that one? Well, check out this.
Have a bit of this.
It's going to stop doing that for conspiracy videos and stuff. And clearly, it leads those of us that way inclined to think, well, what are you hiding? Why not leave it all?
Well, what's the definition of conspiracy? You know what I mean?
Well, there you go.
What about the Iraq War, WMDs?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a conspiracy?
Of course it is.
Of course. Well, it's whether you use
Every
the actual
day.
dictionary definition or the CIA's. Well, they invented conspiracy theory, didn't they? Not the word conspiracy, but oh man, it scares me.
Every day, the mainstream media conspire against the normal person.
Of course.
Against the truth.
They're trying to control his thoughts every single day.
Of course.
They're owned by certain companies that are pushing certain agendas. Do you know what I mean?
And you've got to
so
look.
if that isn't a conspiracy, I don't know what it is.
Well, you've got to look at the the entire model of feeding us information has changed, because in the old days, it was obviously through the newspapers, had a very big part in it, and your television news, but your newspapers were with the thing that the common man picked up every day. No matter what class of society, the morning paper was the morning paper. Whether you're reading the Sun or the Telegraph or the Guardian, it doesn't matter, you went and got your paper.
Absolutely.
Now, the newspaper, it's actually on a football podcast, that Gary Lineker and Danny Baker podcast. I was listening to it on the way up here, and it's a very obvious point, but Danny Baker said that he calls it the dead tree industry, because basically we don't want today's news tomorrow, do we, when we can get it today on the internet. That makes the paper irrelevant, because we can find out today what happened today on the internet. So you're not going to be so interested in controlling the newspapers, are you, anymore? You're going to be... Way more of us are getting our news online, or on our phones, which is still, I know, technically online. So it's obviously within their interest, isn't it? Hang on, this has all got a bit too Wild West for us. Anyone can have a voice. Imagine if...
They want to rein it back now. They give too much...
Yeah, to make a metaphor, like, imagine if we had the money in the capital or whatever to print a paper that had the distribution level of the sun.
Yeah.
That was impossible back then. But now, in a weird sort of metaphorical way, the common person has got that power. If a tweet, a video, something goes viral, as many eyeballs are on it as the official posts. And I think you're bang on what you just said there, Mike. They're reining it back in a bit now. And I do think, there might be some dangerous information out there that is bullshit. Absolute, unfounded bullshit.
If it's illegal, then it shouldn't be on there.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
It's censorship.
Censorship, of course it is. I mean, either you've got free speech or you haven't.
And you know, how insidious is this? Do you know, they've been demonetising tens of thousands of channels who used to make good money just for having certain content, conspiracy.
It was even given a name, wasn't it? The Adpocalypse.
Yeah.
It was
and look, we don't like the conservatives or the right, but they have a right to be human, and they have a right to exist. They have a right to their opinions as long as it's legal.
And when we block them...
But this is the thing. Because Google and all those companies are so they are left-leaning companies. They are demonetising and deplatforming.
They're doing it to the left as well, mate.
Are they? Well, I suppose.
I watch a lot of leftist shows like Secular Talk and the Jimmy Dore Show.
Has it happened to them too?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I wasn't aware of that.
Basically, anybody that isn't in that narrow corporate view, because the Washington Post and NBC and all this, Fox News have said, "Hang on a minute, these people are getting more views than us." This guy in his basement.
Exactly. Yeah, we can't have. Imagine that's my metaphor for me. Imagine if somehow we came into money and we could have a newspaper that, was outsold and distributed the big boys. It was impossible, but now you can. You're right. So 3 lads sat. Maybe not these 3 lads, but the Young Turks, people like that, they're not corporate. Exactly, and they are reining it back in now, and it terrifies me a little bit. As a viewer, I want to see all them, well, not all of them, but I like you suggesting me another crazy video about I mean, some of the rabbit holes I've gone down since we started this show have been... some of them have been disturbing, but some of them were fun. And it's my right, isn't it? YouTube started as this, but yeah, they're reining it back in.
I'm in favour of it for flat Earth.
Oh yeah,
I think what you've got to look at...
It's dangerous though, isn't it?
It is dangerous, but some stuff is harmful.
That's true.
Yeah, anything that's illegal or incites violence.
Yeah, but even stuff like flat Earth, that's a backward step to me.
Yeah, but they've got the right to say it, Ben, and why should you censor them?
No, because they should all get just fucking slapped.
Yeah, but who makes that decision?
Me.
Well, what happens if
it
someone...
can be damaging for society, can't it, though? Misinformation.
It can, but you don't think that the fucking mainstream media...
Oh, well, of course, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just hypocrisy.
It is, isn't it?
Pure hypocrisy.
You don't get to say what you want, even if the people make... Because you don't make your video popular on YouTube. The people who share it and watch it, you've got no real control over that, I suppose, in a way. And then they're saying to you, oh, no. People like you can't get too popular because we won't allow it on our platform. Even Alex, you know, what's been done to him, he's pretty wrong, to be honest. Yeah. He's getting done in court for the Sandy Hook thing,
fair enough.
and that's
Take
fair
it to
enough.
court.
Take it on the chin, Alex, and do all that, which he is.
But deplatforming him, stopping his voice,
that's
I mean, that's
different, man. That is like literally going, wow.
Pisses me off, to be fair.
And me. So, the reason I said all that was because I said the word conspiracy in relation to our good friend William Corrigan, who is he just trying to become the darling of the conspiracy world?
Well, maybe. I mean, they must be having a bit of a comeback, because I'm pretty sure they're on Download Festival Sunday night, second headliner, Smashing Pumpkins.
They are, yeah.
They must be having a bit of a comeback, so maybe this is him trying to launch that.
Or maybe he genuinely believes this.
Or maybe he wasn't sober, maybe he was, maybe he hadn't had a drink, maybe he was off his tits on something else, who knows?
Reality is perception.
Maybe it was a dream.
Maybe it was all a dream.
Because reality is perception, as we know.
Yeah.
And have you got any weird experiences or unexplained that you believed for a time? You've got that tape recorder thing, haven't you? Something happened.
Oh yeah.
I don't go for
I think that's
EVPs.
explainable.
I don't go for EVP.
But you see how you could easily believe that it was. Is this something he saw? Something that he's. But your brain tricks you all the time, because that's how I heard something crazy on Joe Rogan the other day. Something like 50%. That might be too high a percentage, or maybe it's not. But anyway, massive percent of what you visually see is from your memory. When they put your brain in an MRI, the visual whatever part in your brain that lights up.
Yeah.
When your eyes are being used, so does the memory part, like equally. So like your brain fills in a lot of shit basically when it comes to visual. Do you know that? Like, do you actually focus in on things? Your mind really does fill in a lot of blanks. And how many times have you seen something out of the corner of your eye and thought, it's fucking Godzilla's cock, it's coming through the curtains? Like, oh no, it's the curtains. Like, you know what I mean? I'm being
pareidolia and stuff. And
yeah, but like not seeing faces, but you're just seeing like, when you haven't looked properly, corner of your eye, and your brain has told you, it's... On the episode I was listening to, Joe Rogan gave a good example. He was out hunting in the middle of nowhere, and because he knew wolves were in that area, not close to him, but he was on the lookout for wolves, and wolves were on his mind. And he saw a fucking wolf, and he knew he saw a wolf out the corner of his eye, and he's like, shit! And then he looked properly. Yeah, but mate, you got to be pretty quick and accurate, haven't you? If you fuck it up, a wolf's going to kill you. They don't hunt on their own,
pack
do they?
of wolves going to say.
Oh, here we got Andy McNabb's coming out again. He's fucking...
Did
you ever watch... Oh, alright, I thought you were going to go, I would have done a backflip and shot him this
No, I'm going to run like fuck, it's a wolf.
Oh, okay.
A pack of wolves?
But the point was...
I had to turn around and try and shoot a few, maybe get scare them off or something, but
when he looked at the wolf, it was a fucking squirrel. He'd seen movement and fur, and his brain, because he was so wolf, had... give him a picture of a wolf in his brain. Oh no, it's a squirrel. That's what your brain does. It doesn't work. So what I'm saying is, Billy, just because he thinks he's in a fucking... Does he say it's... I'm confused now. That it changed shape and then spoke to him?
Yeah.
So he didn't just see it out the corner of his eye. It walked up to him.
He turned around, and it was the person he was speaking to was no longer the same person. They turned into this lizardy thing, and then it says that all humans were suffering unending agony.
Fuck you, Billy. Fuck everything you stand for. Your band was never that good, was they? I know one song. You didn't do that good in the world of wrestling, and I don't believe your lizard story. Now, fuck off back to the 90s, you silly little prick.
I think maybe it's a case of he's been on stage.
Steroids.
He's had bright lights. He's the sounds, the lighting. He's on a high. His brain is still buzzing. Could have had some kind of effect like that. You don't know. Maybe he has some epileptic seizure, a delayed one.
Or it could be the truth.
All humans
Could
will
be the
suffer.
truth.
Yeah, well, aren't we all?
So we are pretty much, apart from the 1%, the 1%.
Isn't existence suffering?
But imagine if we were all hippie and like I saw a good quote. He's not even a hippie. He's just one of them positive guys. Like you've got to realise the abundance of blessings.
Oh, fuck off.
And your life is abundant with blessings,
I'd
Ben.
love to have been a hippie in the 60s.
That wasn't that David Wolf twat, was it?
No, it was Titus O'Neill.
The fuck's Titus O'Neill?
Huge black wrestler.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with him.
No.
Don't you think the hippies had it right though? Peace and love.
Yeah, but what
Didn't
happened
it
to
all
them, Mike?
turn to shit towards the late 60s?
Yeah,
and
but
they all
what
got...
happened to
Well-
those hippies? They became the fucking sociopaths who are running things today.
Yeah.
The message obviously didn't fucking stick, did it?
I'd have liked to have been there
There are
for the
some
good
theories
couple of
on it.
years though.
Yeah.
When the acid was and the weed and
You'd have ended up in Charles Manson's family, you would have.
I'd have took over. He couldn't have fucking competed with me, old Charlie.
I think you were a better guitar player than him.
I like some of his lyrics.
And did you know the Summer of Love began in the town of Hate?
What does that mean?
It began in a town called Hate.
Oh, really? Literally.
That's ironic.
It's not a
Yeah, it is,
metaphor.
isn't it? H-A-I-G-H-T.
How do we know it's
Hate
started there?
Ashbury in San Francisco.
Well,
They reckon that's where it began.
That could be a myth. Cause it's,
Apparently, that's what
sounds
it's
funny.
from Wikipedia, I think.
It's
Well,
gotta be
It's
true.
got to be true.
well, next article then. Who's doing this one?
Go on, Mike.
India just swore in its first robot police officer. Robocop meet KP bot.
I put this on for you guys. I'm wondering if you want to have sex with it or not.
I was literally just about to say, she's got a nice face.
India just swore in its first robotic police officer, which is named KP bot. The animatronic-looking machine was granted the rank of sub-inspector on Tuesday, and it will operate the front desk of... wow.
Go on, Mike. Read that place name out.
Thiruvananthapuram.
I reckon
Oh,
you just
it's
nailed
not bad,
that.
is it?
I reckon
I
you did.
think you did.
I wanted to try and count the letters, but I reckon there's 20 to 30 letters in that fucking
I'm
name
gonna,
or something.
I'm going to give you a half round
That
of
was
applause.
awesome. You did pretty good at that.
Police headquarters.
You can read
according
along with
to
Future Mike.
India Today. The robot was welcomed aboard with a salute from Pinarayi Vijayan, the Chief Minister of Kerala, India. Today reports that the robot responded with a perfect salute,
Ah.
which presumably just means that it didn't karate chop its own head off in the police. Aside from the symbolic gesture of integrating robotics into the police force, KP Bot doesn't do much. At the moment, it can sit behind a police station's front desk, recording complaints and directing visitors to the correct department as needed.
That's still fairly impressive.
It can also salute at higher ranked officers.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
In the future, it may be integrated with facial recognition software or the capability to detect bombs.
Why in the future? That's a pretty fucking important capability. If someone's got a bomb on them, they just walk in and KP bot goes, oh, the Chief Inspector's office is a third on the left in a row. Down the corridor. Oh, thank you very much.
He's a
Boom.
rookie, and he's got to do the admin, he's got to do the...
It's
He's
no-
trained up.
This is the fucking...
It's no different than them robot pricks down the hotel at Japan, is it? On working the desk. That dinosaur.
I think I'd rather have KP bot than the Raptor. The Raptor with shit hair.
KP bot's definitely better looking.
Well, I'll give you that.
But
But then again, that's because it's a dinosaur and I don't find dinosaurs particularly attractive.
But the RoboCop movie would have been so different if it was just like...
If all Robocop did was
He's just
paperwork.
a fucking office job. Nice operation of the fax machine, kid. Son, what's your name? Murphy.
Could it be called like Robocop 2 The Quest for Toner?
I have refilled the yellow toner. Your move, printer. Dead or alive, you will copy for me. Can you type, Bobby? Sorry, I'll stop now.
You He'd be a great typist.
And the guy who gets dipped in the acid, he just like, I don't know, falls in some ink or something. I don't know. Robocop runs him over with the mail carriage thing. The cleaning trolley.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been as good a film, would it?
No. Oh well, I'd probably still watch it though because it had a fucking robot in it.
Wait till KP Bot hits the streets.
Oh man. Well, do they have plans for it, I guess, to do more in future?
Yeah.
Recognise people's faces and detect bombs. I'd have wanted the bomb detection thing in it straight away. You know?
No robot is ever deserved the name RoboCop or can even speak of themselves in the same breath. Till your fucking thigh can open, right, and a fucking handheld machine gun pistol comes out of it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, come on.
I wonder why he kept it in his thigh. Couldn't he just have it sort of magnetically attached to his hip?
It's like the old cowboys in the holster.
I wouldn't have looked anywhere near as cool.
It wouldn't.
That's it in a man bag.
From a practicality standpoint.
It's to keep it safe from, like, you don't want people, you don't want
Goes in there and pulls out a dildo.
Oh, fuck. It's pretty cool that it comes from his thigh, I think.
It's cool, but from a practicality standpoint, couldn't he
I
just
don't
have
think
some
it could
kind
get
of
any more-
magnetic thing that he could activate and deactivate with a neuronic impulse?
It's pretty quick when he gets it out.
His gun?
He hasn't got a dick.
Oh man, hey, what a tragic existence.
He lost that. Oh well. To be fair, he wouldn't be. No one's gonna.
He's literally just a head and a spine, isn't he?
He is.
Underneath all
According to the comic book, which is made from the original script of Frank Miller, Part 2 and 3, RoboCop 2 and 3. He is the brain, the stem of the brain, which is like not your actual spinal column, is it? But it's the thing that hangs down from the that
nerve stem,
and the nerves. His nervous system is still in there, which is why he feels pain.
That's cruel.
Yeah, I don't know why they had to keep that bit. Maybe for electrical
and half his face.
Then. They left the face on him. I'm not sure what the justification of leaving the face on him. And they do mention in the script of RoboCop 2. I don't know if anyone mentions it in the movie. Like, shoot him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the mouth, he'll die. Because it'll go into the brain, won't it?
That's it.
Yeah. But nobody ever does shoot him in the mouth.
No, well, street toughs just, they aren't that good shots.
No.
And your average mugger, he's not going to pull that kind of shot off.
And he has got computer aided targeting system, hasn't he? So he's the best. He needed speeding up just a bit, in my opinion. In this day and age, you'd have to just speed him up a little bit.
He doesn't run, does he, so?
No, how terrifying would a running RoboCop be?
Yeah, he's like could be like Usain Bolt speed as well, couldn't it?
That would
Because
be
it's just
terrifying.
pistons and hydraulics, you can go as fast as you fucking want.
That would
a
be
cheetah.
What if you could engage like a cheetah mode and he gets on all fours?
Yeah.
And
Like the DARPA robotic dog.
yeah.
Oh no!
When he locks in and all of a sudden he's
Oh
off.
my god! Fuck that. That'd be terrifying. I wouldn't run. Just stand there and take my death.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to kill you if you haven't done anything wrong.
I don't know.
Well, you're not
sometimes he
threatening
goes a bit.
people.
Sometimes he goes balmy.
Yeah.
He can get coded and hacked, couldn't he?
Well, you could be hacked in this day and age.
Do you make conspiracy videos?
Yeah.
We joke about the CIA shutting us down, but it's fucking YouTube are doing it.
No, the wasp hasn't come back.
I think we should stop using in the metadata. We should get rid of the hashtag conspiracy.
No.
We should do like a hashtag. What was that band you said when we were off air that the kids like? Baby metal.
Oh. No.
We should start doing stuff like that. Hashtag Momo challenge.
Let's not do hashtag Momo
Hashtag
challenge.
Peppa Pig. Traumatise the kids for life.
We'd be thrown off in a matter of seconds.
Especially interdimensional penis video.
Oh yeah. I'll do that at the end.
That wasn't a Momo challenge, was it? Because you'd have your own penis on that.
No. You'll listen. I'll tell you what we're on about at the end in the plugs section. So yeah, I'm not impressed. She's pretty. She looks nice, but I'm not impressed with this robot.
Okay, move on then.
Yeah, she's alright. I don't
Next
think
one.
this will lead us into our main thrust of today. Go on then, Gaz, it's your turn.
Oh shit!
I was waiting for you as well, Ben.
Mate, yeah. So.
I thought we were all doing one each.
Okay. UFO sighting. Alien spaceship shot down over Scotland. Alien hunters were on a high alert when a UFO was supposedly shot down, and that's an important word, supposedly shot down over Scotland
You
in
mean
a video,
shot down?
which is currently doing the rounds on social media. Is there a video? Has anyone watched this video?
I've watched it. You can't really see a lot. It's just like a flash and then another flash, and it's like over a hill line.
Bollocks, yeah.
No, it's ain't no
Okay.
UFO being shut down, Gaz.
Oh, right, okay. Sorry.
It's my birthday. I'm allowed to believe in aliens today.
Oh, look, here they go with their labels again. Conspiracy theorists believe they hit the jackpot when a video emerged of something strange circling in the night sky over Kippen, Scotland. The bizarre footage, which was shot on September the 1st, shows something floating around in the sky with strange metal
Oh no! This is
material.
worth watching. I'm getting this confused.
Alright, okay, it has a strange material seemingly leaking from it.
This is good.
Okay, well this prompted conspiracy theorists to believe that it was a UFO which had been shot down. The video was shot by an unnamed woman in Scotland who sent it through to popular conspiracy theorist channel UFO Today. The description on the video reads, "The object was dropping a lot of glowing material while flying. She did know what..." Hang on, that literally says she did know what this object was. It should say she didn't know,
Yeah.
shouldn't it? Yeah, it's not my reading, listening.
Well done, the Express, for your proofreading.
Oh, for fuck's sake. She didn't know what this object was, but she was sure this was not something man-made. Quote, "It did not produce any sound at all. When I analysed the footage, I noticed the object ejected a lot of material."
Yeah.
Yeah. Many of UFO Today's followers were convinced the footage was of genuine UFO activity. YouTuber David Leach wrote, quote, "Excellent viewing. Leaking a lot of material. Near the end, it looks like a smaller UFO breaks off and goes upward." Starman 2710 added, "Came through the portal too fast and lost control."
Do you want to watch the video?
Come on then, if I have to.
So we just watched the video, and obviously it was aliens.
Could be fake or could be. My initial thing was that looks like a firework, but as you pointed out, Mike, it could be more likely up there in the Highlands of Scotland, some sort of military missile test gone fucking wrong, because it does look like it's being propelled from behind.
Yeah.
They say it's leaking material. I think, well, no, could you say then a firework leaks material at the back because it's
I guess.
flying up through the air? Because that's all what I think is happening in that.
Yeah.
Or it's completely fake footage. Because, come on, do you think what was it called? The name of the site?
UFO.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think they're going to be too scrupulous. Like, we must spend millions of dollars testing this footage. No, they're going to stick it straight on the front page of their website and go, "Fucking aliens shot down over Scotland."
That's because that's what happened, guys.
Oh, okay, sorry. How foolish of me to not jump to that ridiculous conclusion. Well, why didn't you then get running over them fucking moors and stuff, jump in your Land Rover and start driving to where you think it came down at like 300 mile an hour to be the first one to discover the alien crash landing? No, you just stood there with your mobile phone.
You'd get memory blanked, wouldn't you? The MIBs would show up.
I for one call horse shit.
Well, you're not going to like some of this other stuff I've got for you, though.
I know it's an entire fucking evening of aliens. No, it's not that I don't believe in aliens, just to clarify, or I'm not open to the idea of aliens. Of course I am. It's just I think the vast majority of alien sightings, abductions, well, I think there's a lot of it. Some of it very well, maybe you could
only
say
takes
something
one.
true. But
Yep.
the vast majority of it, come on.
Oh, and I do agree with you. There's a great documentary on Channel 4.
Who's that guy from the MOD, Nick?
Nick Pope.
Yeah, is that the one you're on about?
No, it was that confession.
Is he the one who's a cross-dresser now?
Is he?
No, I don't know. I'm thinking of someone else. Sorry.
And he said, like, 97% of UFO sightings are bollocks. Most of the time, it's either the moon or Venus.
Yeah, the moon.
Yeah, apparently.
Wow.
People are pissed home at night, walking back, see something bright in the sky. You know.
Yeah, but fuck me, you know how drunk you are, you know what the moon is, don't you?
Yeah, but
I don't know. I remember it.
when you're pissed, and you
Yeah.
know, people apparently. But he said there's like 3% unexplained. There's no explaining them.
Well, he had that famous photo on. He was hanging up on behind his desk, and it was basically this big triangular object, and there was 2 Harrier jump jets kind of hovering in front of it, or what's been unanimously declared to be the front, maybe. And it's like, well, are they escorting it, or are they warning it off? It was taken by some rambler. They could never trace who it was. The photo was 100% real, and when he left, the photo mysteriously disappeared.
So nobody's ever seen the photo.
It was behind his desk.
But you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it personally.
This man told you that it used to exist.
Well, yeah, I'm believing him, Gaz. I'm just saying that it's an example of what could be true.
Have you ever seen that photo of me fucking Pamela Anderson? Back in her heyday, when I was 12. Yeah, it was a little bit weird, but...
Yeah, but I just like the idea of, is it one of ours and we're escorting it, and even he doesn't know about it, and he's got pretty high clearance, or was it being warned off? And the fact that Harrier jump jets were cool. Harrier jump jets are cool, they were hovering in front of it.
Don't you think... I think aliens have come here because someone explained to me, or I heard it on a podcast or something, that yes, of course, statistically speaking, of the vastness of the universe, yeah, there's got to be life out there. But it's so far away that the only way it could get here in our lifetime, like human beings' lifetimes or whatever, they would have to be able to travel faster than the speed of light.
Yeah.
Which we as humans don't think anyone can do, can we?
But the guy from Skunkworks, I forget his name, he said Einstein made a mistake and faster than light travel is possible. And we've already got aircraft.
There is a way of doing it. There is a way of going faster than light, in theory. And that's
you as a human can travel faster than light.
Possibly, yeah.
How?
In theory, if you're in a machine, they could bend space.
Oh yeah.
So that's what they do. That's what they reckon. How you can get across it.
Right.
So you bend space, so space comes to you instead of you going to space.
Effectively like a wormhole.
Not like the whole of space, just that space in front of you.
Yeah, but I get you. My confused face isn't because I don't understand the concept. My confused face is like, I think he was saying
You
this.
probably need the power of about 1 million
scientists-
suns to be able to
Well,
do
there
it.
you go. Yeah, exactly. So
Well, I'm saying theoretically, scientists believe that it can probably be done, and with wormholes,
I don't think.
there's another way.
So then, why do they turn up here then in these fucking rinky-dinky looking fucking metal things? And aren't they travelling like fucking like Star Trek being beamed up? Is it going to be something to do with, you know, like you said, Bennett? And I heard something about like poking a hole in like, I'm fucking this up, but if space was you could, like a wormhole is basically poking a hole from one point to another, making a shortcut. Like,
Yeah.
But so these aliens must have technology so very advanced they could probably just click their finger. It's not like they have to travel for 1 billion years to get here or tens of billions of years. They can, if they're going quicker than the speed of light, then they can get here like choo, let's press the button and go to the Earth.
Well, there might be a way of travelling that we don't know about yet.
That's what I'm saying. So why do they turn up in recognisable object that like, you know,
What do you want to turn up
it
in?
looks like a fucking dog bowl upside down, like some
2 pie plates stuck together.
Yeah, exactly, on a string.
Well, maybe
like.
they just found that that's the best way of...
So my point is, are we
making
really
ships.
going to see them arriving here in the sky? My point is, aren't they having a way of getting here that is so fucking far beyond advanced of what we're capable of thinking of sitting here that we're not going to notice them coming here, and only very special people, the people who drink at Sam's place.
They could be
51.
already. They could be here already.
They could have been here since.
They could be here right now. They could be
ancient
in this
aliens.
room right now. They could be microscopic.
Funnily enough, that's the first piece on the... Well, not microscopic, but very small aliens. First piece on my weird aliens list.
Well, that's a good link, then, isn't it? Should we go into it?
How many things are on the list?
10. Malaysia's tiny aliens.
Wow.
Number 10.
It's a bit racist.
So it was August 19th, 1970. 6 kids playing in a heavily forested area. They later claimed they saw a UFO less than a metre across, from which 5 very humanoid aliens filed out. The main visible difference between them and a human being was they were about 8 centimetres or 3 inches tall. So they could be hiding behind the sofa as we speak.
I think we'd see 3 inches.
Well, they're hiding behind the sofa.
I mean, knobs 3 inches, I can see it.
I was waiting for a dick joke.
Had to be done, didn't it?
4 wore blue outfits while one was in a yellow with a spiked helmet.
Why are they the fucking Beatles? Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
The smallest Beatles tribute act in the world. On a tour of Malaysia.
Well, whatever puts bums in seats, they're on tour.
Well, so the one with the spiked helmet, the children interpreted to being the leader. They went to a tree and were attempting to store some sort of aerial device in it when one of the kids, identified only as K. Venezualan, is that right? Attempted one of the few alleged civilian abductions of aliens. Unfortunately for him, it turned out the aliens all possessed ray guns and began shooting at him and his schoolmates, driving away and inflicting an insignificant wound to his thigh. Going for that one?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It sounds like. So
I think the Smurfs gone.
I was going to say a Smurfs.
Crazed.
I was thinking of what were them, the Rescue Rangers or something like the
Chippendale, the Rescue Rangers.
And like the chipmunks living inside their tree, do you know what I mean? But instead of nuts pushing about and like, you know, they'd have a little house in the tree, like they'd go through the door, but then there'd be like an actual human style kitchen.
That's just like a human school then.
No, but you know what I mean. They'd have a little home in the tree. And
I just pictured a Smurf with an AK-47, like a miniature AK-47.
They're pushing around science equipment and stuff.
When Smurfs go bad.
Yeah, that's a show I want to see.
3 inches. I'd notice that. I'd notice 3-inch creatures.
That's only.
You notice a fucking half-inch spider, don't you?
Oh, that's
like
true.
that's fuck me. You've noticed it like fucking beady eye eagle. So a little 3-inch man climbing up the bookshelf or something. Oh look, can anyone see that?
Like, fuck me, it's the
That,
borrowers.
Little G.I. Joe sized man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were 3 1/4 inch, those G.I. Joe figures. So you're not going to notice that. It's literally like Toy Story. You know the G.I. Joes I'm on about, don't you?
Yeah.
Can you picture that size? They're about that big.
Yeah.
That's a 3 1/4 inch figure. I'm sorry, internet, if I'm wrong and it's 3 1/2. Don't fuck with me. About toy sizes. Yeah, you gotta fucking. I'm literally picturing it. I'm looking at Mike's bookshelf in his flat where we're recording. I'm picturing a G.I. Joe figure moving like a human and climbing up that. A team of them. Oh yeah, I'm noticing that. As if they could get away with this for all this time without like thousands of us noticing them.
Well, they could have just visited that once.
Somewhat controversially, Mike. I'm calling bollocks on it. Can you also tell me what the name of the fucking website is, please?
Oh, this is a listverse.
Listverse. Is this the list of the 10 most ridiculous fucking things?
Yes, it is.
10 of the weirdest alien
alien
encounters.
Oh, great.
Number 9.
Cardiff's fleet of space thieves.
Cardiff! Wales!
Yeah, so earlier this year, the United Kingdom's Ministry of Defence released a case file of hundreds of reports they received of UFOs and alleged extraterrestrial activity. By far the most high-profile story released was found on page 167 of the document. In 1992, a man in Cardiff, Wales reported that he and his friends were out camping when they saw a group of 12 to 15 UFOs over their campsite. The fleet then abducted their car, a dog that was at the site, and their tent. The man was quoted as saying that the theft left him gobsmacked.
Hang on a minute,
Aliens stole
I'm
our
guessing
tent, Rimmer.
something weird went on that night. They lost the dog, they lost the tent.
Yeah, they got drunk,
Yeah.
blacked out, possibly
Or
had an
something,
orgy.
or
Maybe they, quote, lost the tent because there was a lot of fucking DNA evidence on the
That's
tent.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Something horrific went on,
uh,
and then made up a story about fucking aliens. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's, sounds more likely than anything. Oh, they just got robbed.
Yeah.
Or robbed, yeah. Left it unattended.
By
Someone-
aliens.
Yeah, someone thieved it and they were like, oh.
Again, the ability to travel faster than the speed of light from the other side of the fucking, like, not this galaxy, but the next galaxy, 1 billion galaxies. They come here and they steal a fucking Scally's tent.
And a dog.
And a fucking
And a car.
dog. And a car. Well, they're going joyriding, are they?
Maybe they're curious at this Earth locomotion.
Two greys going fucking... Well, they're going to go for the McDonald's drive-in.
Maybe.
Fucking hell.
Gonna put a hat on, some sunglasses, go through the top.
We're going to go curb crawling. Earth girl, we hear these Earth girls are easy.
Want to go abduct a cow?
Oh, we're going to go mutilate a cow out and we need to get there, don't we? So we'll steal this fucking Ford Fiesta.
I think the Ford Fiesta, the dog and the bloody tent are at the bottom of a lake.
Yeah.
Oh, the dog, though.
Along with a dead child.
Witness, might you say something? The dog saw everything. The dog's just like looking at him. I'm going to say something, mate.
He'll tell them with his eyes.
Oh, man. Now I feel sorry for the dog. I hope the aliens did. I hope this did happen now because I feel sorry for the dog. I hope the dog is living.
I've got news for you. He's not living on the ship chasing a ball
Why
round.
not?
He's fucking dissected to shit.
What if they've turned him into some kind of Chewbacca-like creature?
They've turned him into some sort of fucking taxidermy.
I don't know which is worse. Or they could rebuild him. They're aliens. They've got the technology.
We're probably fucking it.
He's now a robot dog clothed in dog skin. With it still, it's like a robo dog with its brain and its nervous system.
So what,
it's in a robot body.
They fused it with the Ford Fiesta and created a living dog cyborg transformer.
We could turn it into a tent. Into a two-man pop-up.
It's everything you need. A companion, a car, and a tent in one.
It's a triple changer. Ford Fiesta, pop-up tent, dog.
How do you know it's a Ford Fiesta anyway?
I'm just guessing these cunts are out camping, they're not going to have a good car, are they?
So everybody who goes camping's got a shit car.
They're the ones who make up stories about I lost me dog and me tent because of fucking, well, you know, aliens. Not because I let the handbrake off the car, it ran over the dog, then the tent, and it all fucking dragged itself into the river. And I didn't want to admit that.
In 1992, it's probably a Ford Cortina.
Exactly, I left the handbrake over.
The dog was in the car.
Then
at the
it
time.
takes the tent away and it all ends up in the lake.
Yeah.
You know, oh, fuck me. My favourite
My
dog.
wife's gonna kill me. Kill
She
the
loved
dog.
that fucking dog. Oh, it was aliens, love. Prove me wrong. That's all I'm saying. Prove it wasn't aliens.
I'm going for aliens. They're curious.
Well, it might have been. But
Alien teens playing a joke.
to go joyriding.
Okay, number 8 then.
Alright, number 8. Varenza? Anyone gonna help me with that
Voronezh.
one? Voronezh. Anyway, they got a trigger-happy invader. The Western Hemisphere naturally has no monopoly on stories of alien encounters. In fact, probably the most frightening one comes from Russia, right around the time the Berlin Wall fell. In the Voronezh City Park on September 27th, 1989, some kids were playing football when a red disc landed. It became a three-eyed creature, standing 2.7 metres, 9 feet tall, and holding a ray gun-like device, which it used to disintegrate a boy.
Fuck! Imagine seeing that. Playing football. Look behind you, this fucking 9-foot creature zaps the keeper.
Man on!
That's a red card.
Fucking hell.
Anyway, at least one source, the boy was known as Dmitri.
Disintegrated a boy.
After the alien took off again, the boy reappeared.
Oh, fucking hell. Like a fucking force ghost.
No, I just think he came back. Although all the witnesses of the event were children, there were adults that saw the UFO itself, including police officers, as reported by the New York Times.
Oh, it must be true though.
Poor old Dmitri.
When he come back, he's alright.
I suppose so.
Where did he go?
Well, that's it. Who knows what unspeakable horrors he saw?
In the
It's like Event Horizon or something he's gone to.
He's come back and clawed his own eyes out, is what he's done.
He went into. Do you watch Stranger Things?
Love it.
Oh,
Love it.
I love it.
It's fantastic.
But
isn't it?
basically, isn't the upside down is
Yeah.
basically the next dimension to us?
Yeah,
So like a mirror dimension,
yeah.
basically. Ben, it literally is up underneath our dimension.
Yeah.
But it's like a dark, just fucked up version.
It's like
with
it's over the layer, laid over, isn't it?
yeah, like the sort of, and it's just going through dimensions. Basically, it's not like aliens or
Like a parallel
is
world,
it?
innit?
Yeah, like a parallel. I think you'd like it, to be honest,
You
mate.
ever seen the
It's one of
film
them
The
things
Mist?
that's been on the list.
No, I haven't actually.
That is fucking. That's like art. It's like
Oh, hang
these.
on. Is that the one where he fucking... Is it too much of a spoiler to say what happens at the end? Cause
Just say,
it's a
spoiler
big-
alert.
It is a big spoiler. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, he shoots the family in the car.
Yeah. That's the one.
Oh, so you've told me about this. I'm sure you
Yeah,
have
it's a
to
fucking
stop them
brilliant
from having
film,
to
yeah.
deal with it.
Brilliant film.
Yeah. Oh. Well, yeah. I would give Stranger Things a
Yeah,
go.
it's on the list. I guess
Don't
I've
let
got
the
round
fact
to
that
it.
it's like for like little kids basically. They're pretty cool. Like it's well written in it and just like
Yeah, it's very it's very 80s nostalgia as
the
well.
nostalgia is like like it's Halloween and they all wear like these perfect Ghostbusters 1 costumes, like the right
Wow.
colour, the right, because it's right at that time in the story. I think Ghostbusters actually came out. Give it a go, man.
Yeah, I will.
It's because I don't watch much, but that I watched a few episodes and I was like, oh, I like this.
Did
So
you
I don't
watch,
really like horror either. So
Did you watch the rest of the Umbrella Academy?
we watched 2 last night, so I'm up to episode 4. I've seen 4 episodes now. Yeah. Yeah, it's good, man. It's getting better.
Hey, well,
I feel a bit
number-
sorry for the big dude. Now I know what.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, well, that's a bit harsh, but
Well, he lived, I suppose.
Yeah, that's one
he had
thing.
some fun later on, don't worry about it.
oh, that's alright.
Number 5's fucking awesome, though.
Which remind me, which one's 5?
He's the
little
one
kid.
well, yeah, he's the kid. He's the
Yeah.
only one that's a kid.
He's got the powerfulest superpower, hasn't he?
Yeah, fucked up his time travel equation.
It is pretty heavy though, mate. He's seen the end of the world, but he's come back through time to try and prevent it, I guess.
Yeah, he's come back
so-
through time 48 years later. He lived on his own in the apocalypse for 48 years.
Yeah, pretty heavy.
With only a mannequin as his Wilson.
Wilson!
It's good. It is
Right,
good.
shall we move
Right,
on?
number 7, Brawl with an Alien.
Who fuck you looking at, you great cunt?
In 1954, Gustavo Gonzalez and Jose Ponce, that's his name, were driving their truck along a lonely road outside Caracas, Venezuela. Check out our Venezuela episode. When they rounded a corner and found a large luminescent sphere blocking their way. More annoyed that someone was disrupting traffic than the fact there was a sphere hovering over the road in front of him, Gonzalez got out to investigate. At that point, a hatch opened on the ship, and out came 3 short, hairy humanoids. One of them jumped on
3
Gonzalez,
Mexicans.
who was barely able to shake him off at first because the alien was both light and extremely strong. In the scuffle, the alien threw him 4.5 metres, 15 feet, through the air.
He'd be fucking dead.
Gonzalez then drew his knife and tried to stab the alien with it, but found its body was like steel and his blade glanced off.
Steel Ewoks!
Still,
Rambo Ewoks.
the aliens were intimidated enough to get back in the ship and fly away, leaving the pair to report the odd encounter to police. They got a surprise corroboration from a police officer who claimed he had seen the whole thing. So, they've flown across time and space, they get out, they have a fight with some Venezuelan bloke they've just encountered in the middle of the road, he comes into the air, this bloke fucking flips back onto his feet,
Yeah.
because he's that hard.
Yeah, and it's
Pulls
like-
out- he's got no fear
Yeah.
of these fucking aliens that just turned up and started fighting with him, pulls out his knife, runs up to it, screaming some kind of Venezuelan war cry.
El Scorpio is ready!
You'll get it! You know? And then stabs the alien, the blade glances off, because the alien's made of fucking metal-like skin or whatever.
And it still shits
And
itself.
it still shits itself enough to run away. So, what happens if a tank had been there?
Well, at no point after he got thrown 15 feet, I want you to imagine, this is how I measure things because I used to play basketball at school. The hoop is 10 feet, the actual hoop bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's 10 feet exactly from the floor. So that's 10 feet. That's pretty high. Add 5 on top of that.
That's
A
really
fall
hard.
from that height would easily kill you
No,
if
no,
you
just
landed
they threw him
wrong.
up in the air, he just threw him across.
15 feet across, so he's in the air for 15 feet though, and
Yeah,
then lands.
And then lands.
So if that happens to you, you don't then stand up and think, wow, That was a very strong throw for a little hairy human. Imagine if it punched me in the face. I think it could probably put a hole in my head.
No, what I'm going to do is get my knife
You're
out.
stabbing!
See you my little friend. Pulls his knife out.
And it went, that is not a knife.
Anyway.
It didn't pull an alien knife out, it legged it. Yeah, I don't give a fuck if they say it was corroborated by a police officer. Prove it! Who wrote this? How do I know? Anyone could just say that. Oh yeah, it was corroborated by a police officer.
Well, it's taken from the reports, isn't it? It's a list.
I don't think it's controversial for me to call bullshit on that one.
Well, I think it is.
Threw him 15 feet through the air. Fuck that.
How do you know this bloke just wasn't especially fucking hard?
You can't throw. No one can throw anyone 15 feet.
No, the aliens can.
The biggest man in the world might be able to, like the world strongman champion who throws them like rocks and drags trucks. If you gave him a midget with anorexia, he might be able to throw it 15 feet. Or a baby, he might be able to throw a baby 15 feet. But nobody can throw a
Onto some
person.
mats, obviously. Onto them big crash mats they have at trampoline places.
You'd probably get more viewers.
I think the guy was drunk. It was 3 hairy pygmies trying to fix a light on the side of the road.
It was
He got
3
into an
midget
argument.
wrestlers
Yeah.
on their way between shows. And they couldn't speak Venezualan, so threw him with a judo throw. But because his ego, he doesn't want to admit that he got judo thrown by a midget. He's like, hey man, he threw me 15 feet. So I stabbed him, you know.
Well, the knife bit's a lie, and he's making that up.
Yeah, he
He's
didn't
trying
have
to
that.
say, he's trying to say about a face with a knife
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, they got jumped by 3 midget wrestlers trying to change a light bulb.
So you're not going for aliens then?
No,
I think you're missing out.
not on this one.
Yeah. Number 6, an alien cookout.
Is that like a cook-off thing?
Yeah, it's like the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
Oh god, the great alien bake.
Great Alien Bake Off. Imagine an alien on the Great British Bake Off. That'd be fucking brilliant.
Not if it like does something
Not if it's
gross,
made of-
like,
yeah, it's like-
stirs the fucking cake mix with its anus. Its extendable anus.
I was thinking.
I don't need a spoon.
Here is Stragnor from the planet Thweeb. What are you making for us today? Because he's telepathic. Everyone at home hears him, but he says nothing.
I like it.
I was thinking more of a sort of weird alien dish meant of human cocks or something. You don't know what they eat, do they? Do you? Could be a delicacy on their home world.
Why would they get human cocks
Well, they
from on
abduct
their
people, they take the cock.
Yeah, no
Like
abductees that are
whaling.
into that.
I don't have a cock anymore.
You know,
What if I start getting, because of the interdimensional penis video I made, what if I start getting these fucking weird abductee people contacting me now going, I know you're trying to get the message out there. I too am cockless now.
Could be.
An alien took it. He ate it in front of me.
Well, you know, the Chinese, they use sort of, what is it?
Rhino tusks?
They don't eat
That's it.
cocks though, do they?
Some stuff like that, isn't it?
Isn't it rhino tusks and
Well, elephant tusk, tiger bones, yeah, all that weird shit.
Tiger
But I don't,
penis.
tiger bones? That's it. Tiger bones. It's an
but I
aphrodisiac.
don't think they eat human cocks.
No, the Chinese. The Chinese eat human cock. I'm saying that we eat other animals' cocks and things like that, and weird shit.
Imagine my cock could feed a family of 6. I'm joking.
Yeah, 6 of them little aliens.
The 3 centimetre ones. Oh, fuck it.
Just when I think I'm wasted, I'm back in the game.
An alien cookout.
Yeah.
This is going to be bollocks.
Someone want to take this one?
Do you want to, Mike?
Go on then. Some people seemingly don't get too worked up about encountering aliens. Among them is Joe Simonton. On April the 18th, 1961, in Eagle River, Wisconsin, a spaceship landed near his home and Italian-looking aliens disembarked.
I remember reading this one.
Ciao bella!
I
Bellissimo.
If I remember rightly, because I've read this in a book, it was they had slit black hair, olive skin, and one-piece black jumpsuits.
Of all things, the aliens evidently set up a grill and started making pancake-like foodstuffs.
Oh my god.
Rather than abducting or threatening Simonton in any other way, they asked him through mime to fill a jug with water, which he did. When he came back, he saw the aliens had finished making some food and asked for some. He got 4 cakes, one of which he ate.
Space cakes.
Later, he sent a few to local universities, which reported that the ingredient were all of earthly origin.
So basically, some Italians turned up.
Making pancakes.
Made some pancakes in a Ferrari, so he thinks it's like a spaceship. He's never seen one of them before. It's 1961 in Eagle River, Wisconsin. He's never seen an Italian sports car before.
Here you go then. I don't know, do we have listeners in Italy? It must have come up a couple of times.
I think we might have.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
I tried, because I had a friend in Italy who I was visiting frequently, which is why I'm in so much crippling debt right now. Anyway, I decided to try and learn, because I drive all day. I'll get one of them learn Italian tapes, right? And I listened to it, and I did. But in my head, I thought, what I wanted to learn was, I wasn't trying to learn a language from the fucking ground up. I wanted some phrases, useful. I wanted to be able to ask directions, just normal phrases that a traveller would need visiting the city.
Can I have a beer, please?
Stuff like that. The word beer, I don't know. I guess it's just beer over there. I don't know. Anyway, this is the fucking sentence I know after listening to it for a while. Ho preparato il caffè per lei. Suo padre non ha preparato il caffè per me. Which means, I have prepared the coffee for you. Your father has not prepared the coffee for me. And I understand every word in that sentence, and it was all like teaching me the language from the actual ground up, like her, him, that, this, the female, male, and all this. And yeah, I guess it was interesting, but I was like, it's fucking left me with, oh, and there's another one I cast for, vorrei prenotare un tavolo perché è romantico. That is, I would like to book a table because it is romantic.
Wow.
Table for 2, you mean?
Oh yeah, table for 2.
Otherwise it's a bit unromantic. There's a table for you.
Just on your own.
And
Sit there masturbating.
why would I be masturbating just because I was alone?
That's what you did.
I don't go. I eat alone like most days at work in like a McDonald's. Mike,
said
I don't
romantic.
whip my cock
You
out.
said romantic, so I just assumed you meant...
Hey, with your sock?
It's not teaching you that as a phrase.
A little sock, you made with googly eyes on it. And just some big red lips around.
I could just go home and have sex with my actual girlfriend, who's really hot.
I'm not suggesting do this.
Go to a fucking restaurant and wank into a sock with googly eyes.
Let's assume your girlfriend was out of town.
I just wank at her.
I think Mike's having a stroke.
Oh, only there. Oh, I'm laughing so hard.
Oh well, next one.
But you didn't learn to say, I want to book a table because it's romantic, because that's like something you fucking say in real life. Who's ever said that?
You got a point.
That was my point, was that it wasn't teaching me anything any fucking use, because I didn't stick with the fucking end of it, did I? So I'm left with 3 useless fucking phrases.
Yeah. We've only said 2. What's the other
Anyway,
one?
more fucking alien. Oh, you want to hear it? I'll fucking tell you it.
Yeah, I do. I'm intrigued.
It was about booking a room. Vorrei prenotare un camera per 2 persone per 2 notti. I would like to book a room for 2 people for 2 nights. It's a bit like Rimmer in his Esperanto.
And you can't even
When the
mix
weather
and
is
match,
clement.
can you? Because you don't know the grammar.
No, that's all I can
You
remember.
can't even say, I want to book a room for 2 because it's romantic.
Yeah.
Oh, vorrei prenotare un camera perché è
Oh, you
romantico.
can.
Oh. So as long as you're having a conversation with someone about making coffee and their father hasn't, then you'd like to book a room or a table, you're laughing.
Well, But then the problem is though, because you're in the city, you go somewhere and you're like, inglesi, scusi, inglesi, and everyone's like, ah, hello. Do you like Milano? And you're like, oh fuck it, yeah, it's alright, man. And the other thing is, if they don't speak English, there's this amazing system you can use in shops and stuff where you just go, pointy, hold up one finger or two, you know, and then, because I remember, my friend was trying to force me to learn, like, not force, but, you know, trying to encourage me.
Did she beat you?
Well, I needed tobacco desperately and I was being a pussy and was too scared to go and she was like, you're a fucking big boy, you're a grown man, right, you can go and, like, speak a bit of Italian and get served tobacco. And I literally walked into the shop and pointed and there was no fucking word spoken, like, grazie. So yeah, you don't fucking need
I'd have
it.
just gone to the shop and gone, 20 Lucky Strikes, please.
I don't think they would have understood that.
See, that's just, and then I just shouted it.
They still would have understood and asked to leave for being rude.
Then I've pointed it.
Bastardo!
Because that's what English people do abroad. We don't try and learn the language, guys. We just shout until someone understands.
20 Lambert and Butler!
What do you mean you ain't done so scampi and fucking fries? It's a fucking 21st century, innit?
Now, people like that can always find chips.
Fish and fucking chips, innit, mate?
The same people that eat Sunday dinners in 30-degree heat.
You got any fucking ketchup for me Sunday dinner? Oh.
Yeah. Right, so next one.
Can we take a break?
No, let's talk about more things that are not aliens.
Do you take a break?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And we're back. So number 5.
We're making a bomb.
Aliens out for fertiliser. Not illegal aliens, guys, just aliens.
I didn't say the fucking illegal. What? No, that's racism on your part, because you're assuming that... Anyway, moving on.
Build that wall.
It just got 10 feet higher. No, it didn't, Donnie. No, it didn't.
Similar to Joe Simonton's story in terms of amazingly casual encounters of the third kind was Newark farmer Gary Wilcox's meeting with aliens on April 24th, 1964. Seeing a cigar-shaped object, he mistook it for a crashed plane. He rode up to it on a tractor. Turned out to contain 2 beings in clothing that hid their faces. They told Wilcox they were Martians and then began asking him questions. This lasted for over 2 hours until they eventually got down to the business and explained they were attempting to terraform Mars by the way of studying samples of Earth's soil. To that end, they asked for a bag of fertiliser, as they had no cows on Mars. Wilcox obligingly went to retrieve a 75-pound bag, only to find the Martians had left before he got back. So he left the bag.
When customers do
So
that.
he left the bag. When he checked on the spot the next day, it was gone. Wow, well, I'm convinced.
Someone that wants free fertiliser made up a story on how to get free fertiliser on that guy.
I think he had a fucking seizure and dreamed the whole thing.
Yeah, it could be.
No comment.
It's all hearsay, isn't it?
What the fuck can I say about it?
It's all hearsay.
Oh, I think
Number 4.
I want to believe.
I mean, I do, but you've got to give me something better than that. Like, oh yeah, like they can travel faster than the speed of light. Oh fuck, we ain't got no cows on Mars, so we need. Did he say they're from Mars?
Yeah.
They were terraforming Mars.
In all place, that was 1964, so we hadn't been there yet.
There are no cows on Mars. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Unless that's where we originated from, but that's a different episode.
Oh, yeah. R.I.P.D. to Curiosity, the Martian rover.
Oh yeah, what was his last words? It was quite sad, wasn't
It's my battery's low and it's getting dark.
it? Ah well, so long, you little metal prick.
I mean, I liked it. It's a robot.
Mate, he had no feet. Everyone's getting people doing all that sad face and sharing the shit out of that meme. People getting tattoos of it.
Really?
And like, oh yeah, like it's so sad. Like, it's sad that we've lost it and we won't get that information. But those last words are literally just it reporting on its fucking surroundings and its situation. It's being a fucking machine. There is nothing emotional, human.
Well, we've added the emotion to it, haven't
Yeah, like because dogs have eyebrows.
we? They do.
Yeah, and that's why we think they've got all these extra emotions that they don't have.
Mine's got eyebrows.
Because they look more expressive because they've got eyebrows. If they had no
probably-
eyebrows...
They probably have the emotion.
Oh, no, I think they fear... They have, like, joy, fear...
Protectiveness.
It's about kind of
Guilt.
love. They do feel
Guilt.
some
They
love.
feel guilty.
Oh, they got love.
I don't know if they do feel guilty. We add that on because of the eyebrows.
No, you can. Max fucking he hangs his head, his tail goes between his legs, he slinks off. He knows when he's done something wrong.
Okay,
He's guilty.
maybe
He's
guilt.
guilty.
Guilt is one of the ones they feel then, but we add all this extra stuff on because of their fucking eyebrows.
Yeah, but mine has got eyebrows.
it makes
He's
it
got
look
two
like
little
they're
tan
being-
spots above his eyes.
Yeah, and it makes it look like they're being all expressive and stuff. That's my point. Cats don't have eyebrows, like raccoons don't have eyebrows. Dogs, like us, look how expressive your eyebrows are. You can give me a fake smile, and I look at your fucking eyes, and that's a fake fucking smile, because your eyebrows don't fucking move. They are what add the expression and the emotion to our facial features, and because dogs have got them, but it's not attached to their feelings, we add all this, oh, he's feeling all it, he's fucking not, he's just got eyebrows, and we add all that shit on, and I don't know why I'm on this rant, but it's if cats had eyebrows, it'd be even fucking weirder, wouldn't it? Imagine if their fucking eyebrows went up and down. When they were angry, it would look really fucking bad,
He'd
wouldn't
be
it?
angry all the time, though. like
Exactly,
cats.
you'd think he's gonna kill me again, he's gonna scratch, and he's just like, no, play with me. Ah! You evil little ball of murder. But
Has your
yeah,
kitten killed anything yet?
no, he hasn't been outside yet. He is gonna go outside. We're not having an indoor cat, but he hasn't been out yet. But he will. He brings us offerings, but they're from around the house. They're not animals. But I
Yeah.
do look at it and think that'll be a bird with its head gone one day.
Yeah.
And the girls will be like, ah! Oh yeah, he's not
Do you
so
like
fucking...
spiders?
I don't think he's attacked a spider yet, no. We don't get
Just
many
like
in our house,
spiders.
touch wood. He goes for flies.
Yeah.
Oh, they all do that. Don't
Catches-
do
Not that there's many flies in our house, but
Catches a fly or a spider, and all you can hear is the crunch, as he's crunching, as eating, devouring his prey.
yeah,
Yeah, but your cat is a killer.
they all are. Well, most of them. Some of them are absolute shit, fucking useless, aren't they? You know, like pampered, pedigree.
Oh, yeah.
Never been outside. And if you took it
Persian
outside,
ones.
it would just last
Yeah.
about. It would get killed by blackbirds or something, or pigeons, or I don't know.
I have seen
So
a
you
group
get
of
carried
birds
off by a
attack
group
cat.
of
Yeah.
blackbirds. Oh, it's like that.
I have seen a cat attacked by a group of birds before.
Oh, to see it off like they
Yeah.
join together. Well,
Yeah.
they've got that ability somehow. How the fuck? It's beyond my mental capability. There must be. I don't know if scientists have a theory or what, or biologists, but when there's thousands of them in formation, them giant,
Oh, I can't remember what they're called.
and it's moved like what? It's a giant.
It's like a swarm,
big
isn't it?
flock. Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's moving, whoosh, 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 and making all them amazing shapes, and like there's got to be some sort of level of understanding, communication, like.
Jerry!
Or is
he's
it
not
literally
supposed to
the
be
one at the
supposed to be over
front?
there.
Is it literally the one at the front goes right, and then everybody follows in this
Yeah.
amazing computer program of like you, then you, then you, then you, then you, then you, then you.
But when he tires the lead bird, he'll drop to the back and someone else will take his place.
And literally everybody else just going, oh, we're going this way. Oh, no, it's that way.
No,
Oh,
that's geese.
I'm assuming
When
it's the
geese
same.
do that V thing, the guy at the front is doing all the flapping, everyone else is like kind of resting because the air is just, he's breaking the air. So when he gets tired, he drops to the back and the next one moves up and he's fresh for a while and the other one rests and they all take it in turns.
They're communicating, man. It's awesome.
It's scary. I don't like the birds communicating.
Well, when they all drop
I've
out
seen the
sky
birds.
and die.
Yeah,
I hate
exactly.
that film. Alfred Hitchcock.
Scared me to death as a kid.
Oh, I didn't see it when I was young. It would have, I wouldn't have liked that if I saw
Oh,
it.
I
when I
used
was
to
young.
watch everything when I was about 10. I'd be watching like Freddy Krueger and shit.
Oh, I didn't watch
Street.
horrors. I watched I saw RoboCop when I was 10, which is why it has such an lasting impression. I might have been even younger, to be honest with you. Oh, hang on, let's do the maths. 83, 89. It would have been out on VHS a couple of years later, wouldn't it? Probably,
Usually about a year, isn't it?
probably 9 or 10, yeah. And Terminator. But that's what I'm obsessed with robots. Maybe I might be why, but I liked them before then. They come from like 2000 AD comics. Robots and all the video games that time. If you think of the artwork and thing, there's a lot of cyborgs. Like, so yeah, but not horrors, man. I couldn't have took horrors. There's a bit of gore in Terminator and RoboCop, but I hate. I don't hate horrors. I respect it as a genre and all that, but I don't see the point in putting on something that's gonna make me feel negatively.
Some
Like,
people
on
enjoy
edge.
being
Yeah,
scared.
it is enjoyable. Yeah,
I'm
not
not a
I
massive
get
lover of horror.
I love sci-fi horror.
Sci-fi horror is different for me. I'll watch that.
a bit more psychological. Though.
I don't do
A bit more
I don't-
sort of like, you know, Alien, for example. It's a sci-fi horror.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy the sort of torture films like Saw
No,
and
no,
Hostel.
torture
I don't
porn.
understand that.
Because I just think to myself, well, that's probably happening to someone as I would be watching this in real life.
wanna see
I
someone
don't need that in my fucking
Blow
social life.
torch someone's face off. I mean, that's just, it's not, you know, you don't need it, do you?
Yeah, it's-
You know what I mean? Violence is okay and stuff if it's for a purpose, not just for the sake of it.
Yeah, if it's in the story.
Yeah, it's gore for the sake of gore, isn't it? If it's justified, it's a war film, as long as their arm blown off, and that's fine, I can deal with that. But watching someone getting a nail driven into their eye is not something I enjoy watching.
Me either. Well, back
Anyway,
to these fucking little green
Pierre
twats.
Zanfretta and the Lizard People.
Hey!
We now head over to
Now
Italy,
you're talking.
where a private security guard was driven to unusually dangerous extremes by an alleged encounter which left behind atypically strong, though still hardly conclusive evidence. On December 6th, 1978, he was out doing his rounds when he saw 4 lights coming towards a house he was guarding. Approaching the lights with pistol drawn, he saw that they were 3 metres tall, that's 10 feet, green-skinned, mouthpiece-wearing reptilian things with spikes extending from their heads. He claimed the aliens then seemed to hit him with some sort of heat beam. He sprinted away, radioed in, and then broke off contact, having to be found by a later security patrol. When he saw the other guards, he aimed his gun at them, but fortunately didn't fire. When the scene was later investigated, very large, unusual footprints, about 50 centimetres or 20 inches long, were found along with evidence of scorching among the trees, which indicated at least something out of the ordinary had happened, maybe, allegedly, possibly.
Well, lizards. I'm definitely more likely to believe lizards than actual aliens.
But that wasn't the end of it, apparently. On December the 26th, the aliens returned, and this time they got him.
Oh no.
As he later recalled under hypnotic suggestion, the aliens took him inside their craft and attached a sort of communication helmet to him. One of the aliens shot Zanfretta's gun into a piece of metal, apparently to see what would happen. Zanfretta told the lizard men that he was afraid and wanted to be released. They obliged. That was until they abducted him again
Oh wow.
on July 29th, 1979. Yet again on December the 2nd, 1979, and a 5th time in 1980. On the 5th occasion, the aliens took him to a crystal mothership and showed him a frog-like being suspended in a tube that they claimed was an enemy of their species.
Wow.
Did he have to bow to the floating crystal master?
Yeah.
That's a reference that maybe one listener will get. Maybe.
Possibly.
When you write that song, Gaz, they'll all get it.
Hey, Solar Warden. Oh yeah, incidentally, YouTube, Solar Warden Music. We've got a YouTube channel now for the band. So, I'll say more at the end.
Okay.
If I can still speak. I must explain, if this is your first episode, I don't normally get this pissed. But it's Ben's birthday bash. So, yeah. I'm sinking him. And you
We're getting pissed talking about lizard men.
Yeah, you can probably
What
tell.
more could I want on my birthday?
To be fair, if this is their first episode, it's either going to make it or break it for you, isn't it? You're either going to listen and go, fuck these cunts, or you're going to be like, hey. And we're more coherent-ish, I guess. A few % more coherent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can pronounce coherent.
And you can pronounce.
correctly.
See, I'm a functioning alcoholic, guys. So I can still read and drink.
Says you. In your head, it might sound like you can.
I do listen back sometimes and think, oh man, I was drunk at the end.
You start off on perfectly fine though, so
Yeah, that's the main thing.
the audience goes on a journey with you.
By the time Alex rolls round at the end, I haven't got to really say anything, so I can fuck for that. I can just lean back and watch. My job is over. That's it.
Oh man, good times.
Do you want to do the next one, Gaz?
Oh, go on then. Number 3 is that.
Yeah.
Lee Parrish is abducted by... ... structures?
Ooh.
On January 27, 1977, 19-year-old Lee Parrish was driving home when he claimed his car was lifted into the air by a beam of light. Under hypnosis, Parrish later described being taken before 3 strange objects that looked so unlike any known life that he could only guess that they were sentient. One was a large black 20-foot tall rectangle with a jointless robotic arm extending from it.
A Dalek.
He fell asleep next to a JCB or something. Fucking pisshead. A fucking digger, he fell into a construction site.
He drove onto a construction site.
Off his face.
Fell asleep next to a digger.
Jointless robotic arm extending from it. There was also a red rectangular prism
Ooh.
with a similar arm and a motionless white prism about 2 meters, that's 6 feet, in height. Somehow, the white one gave the impression that it was the leader.
I'd say so.
The red prism approached him and extended the robot arm, with Parrish getting the sense that it was afraid of him. Nevertheless, when it touched him, it gave him a sensation of coldness and pain. Parrish thought that was done to run a scan on him. After that, the 3 objects merged together, form Devastator, dispelling a later impression among some UFO enthusiasts that the things were robots. The next thing Parrish was aware of, he was back in his car. Analysis of his missing time indicated the reported experience lasted 38 minutes.
38 minutes is oddly specific, isn't it?
It is, I suppose, but okay, he's 19. It's 1977. Comic books and weed.
Yeah.
LSD.
Doesn't
mushrooms.
say where this was either, actually, does it?
Where?
Doesn't say where. Doesn't say if it's America, Britain, whatever.
I can't remember.
No, it
But
doesn't.
either way, this fella could have been on the old LSD.
Possibility.
A little bit of the acid.
Drove into blitzed off his face, drove into a construction site.
Yeah, he's either full of shit or he's tripping, man. Like 3 prisms with robotic arms hanging off him, made of so the prisms are made of light, but the arms are robotic. That's a pretty, it sounds like a 1970s like prog rock album cover, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? 1 white, 1 red, 1 blue.
This is the white man was in charge. Terrible.
Were they red, white, and blue? Seriously, as well.
Red, white, and black.
Oh, okay. I was going to say otherwise. It could have been like the old a bit
Stars and
patriotic.
stripes, yeah.
America.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
You'll go with that one then, boys?
Not buying that one.
Well, that's absolute cockwash, isn't
Oh,
it?
I remember this one. Brains on the Road, number 2. On August the 17th, 1971, John Hodges and Paul Rodriguez were driving home in Palos Verdes, California, when they saw aliens on the road. They looked like cerebrums, with the smaller of the 2 slightly bigger than a softball. The larger of them had a large red eye and began to float towards them. The pair immediately hightailed it away, and Hodges dropped Rodriguez off at his home. But when Hodges got home, the aliens returned, and this time he was taken to their leaders. According to Hodges, these are aliens of a type more commonly described with their brains essentially pets, that they used for telepathic communication. Why would they let the brains wander free or reveal their existence to their first human contact was not explained.
Floating brains.
Floating brains. On a quest for knowledge. Oh, there's a song. Floating brains on a quest for knowledge.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Red Dwarf as well. Lister's brains in a jar.
Yeah.
And he's got his dreadlocks attached to the...
And Futurama. The giant brains of the trying to steal all the knowledge.
Right.
You not going for that one? Giant brains?
Certainly
I'm open. Whatever.
inventive.
Somebody proves it. Yeah, I believe it.
Right, do you want to take number 1?
Number 1, aliens elaborately stalk Ed Walters.
Well, why not?
Who
Oh, the
fuck?
Gulf Breeze sightings. These are quite a famous case. We'll probably have a
have to
look at
leave.
this at some point.
Oh, sorry,
mate. In
Well,
1988, Gulf Breeze, Florida, became the epicenter of a string of UFO sightings and photographs mostly centering around one Ed Walters. With their unusually non-aerodynamic structure, colour scheme and general shape, the UFOs Walters and allegedly other people photographed look less like interstellar craft of galactic villains and more like they should be on the tilt-a-whirls, which is very fitting for the odd experience he described.
This probably will be an episode at some point, the Gulf Breeze sightings. Oh yeah. Oh yes, it will.
Android Cop.
I'll get high and watch Android Cop. I don't care.
Fuck. I'm gonna think of something you'll hate.
You said Back to the Future?
Yeah, well remembered. Back to
Yeah.
the Future, we're doing that one as well. All three of them.
Yeah.
Well, you're saying
In a row. We're going to do a movie marathon.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I'm going to sit there and watch 9 hours of fucking Back to the Future virtually,
Okay, maybe not 9. When you say it like that, it's a long time.
well, maybe 6. They're really that long.
Maybe we'll watch the first 2 one night, back to back. Because actually they're a good pairing, aren't they, Mike? Story-wise. And then the third one the next day.
Are we doing that live, or are you going to take the notes for that one? Because I'm not sitting there and taking the notes for that.
I think we should record an audio commentary track.
No, we did that before. It didn't work.
Oh, didn't it work?
I think we just watch
yeah,
the
we
3
did,
films,
yeah.
come and discuss it like we did with Star Wars.
Yeah.
We managed it with 8 films or whatever it is, 9.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can manage it with 3.
Oh well, we'll discuss it off air anyway. The what?
I'm going to watch Back to the Future.
They're fucking amazing films, you fucking silly fucking fool. You'll love them. Open up your mind.
I don't.
They're great.
Sin them, Gaz. Sin them.
The DeLorean's incredible. Doc is incredible. Marty's incredible. It's all just ace. It's so clever. And it's
Too
so
many flaws.
It's perfect. It's not. It's perfect.
Great Scott.
The only flaw, like I said, yeah, this is getting heavy. Great Scott. The only flaw is Biff Tannen, free Biff Tannen. He shouldn't be there at the end. I know he's a bad man. He did wrong, but it doesn't make any sense for him to be working for the family.
No,
They went, I just tipped beer all over my crotch because I missed my giant mouth.
And there sums up Back to the Future.
Oh.
You couldn't have tipping beer over your crotch.
I want this to be known that I have not pissed myself. I literally just tipped a fucking can of beer all over myself because I missed my giant mouth. Well,
And that is a perfect analogy for the Back to the Future trilogy. The beer and the crotch.
they're amazing. Now that's how you end the film part 2. They did this in Family Guy, where it shows like the end of Empire Strikes Back is a downer, man.
It is.
The end of fucking part 2, you think it's a downer, the doc's gone, then that letter turns up, right? And the guy with the letter's like, I didn't think you'd be here, kid. We had a bet down at the department. This letter's been here since 18 something. Like,
1881,
Yeah.
1885.
1885, yeah. And then he opens it up and he's like, he's alive!
Yeah, the doc's alive!
The doc's alive! He's in the Old West, but he's alive! And the fucking cue the music. Dun, 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 dun. And then it fucking comes up on the screen. I remember. Then you get a mini trailer. I remember watching part 2 of this the first time, and there's a mini fucking trailer for part 3 at the end of it because they filmed them back to back.
Yeah, great.
That's never happened. Oh fuck you. Move on to the aliens.
It's a shame 3 was a bit poo.
Oh,
That's a
it
bit
is
harsh.
comparatively. But
Comparatively. It's a decent film, but
there's things
the
I
first
like in
2
it.
were just amazing.
Yeah, it
It's
is
hard to
stretching
live
it
up
a
to
bit.
it, yeah.
But it's nice to, you know.
Yeah. There's some good bits in it.
I'm sure there
Go
were.
on. The
Right,
Doc
should we get
lives.
back on with the aliens then?
One of my favourite quotes is in that, and he's gonna tear me apart for this one, but I love it. It's so simple. It's cheesy as fuck, but it's fucking bang on. When Marty says to the Doc, because he's fucking fallen in love, Annie the Doc, for the first time, he's like, you meet the right woman, Doc, it just hits you. It's like lightning. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it. That's his way of explaining it. It hits you like lightning the lightning hit the fucking DeLorean, and it all ties in. It's
Deep
fucking
shit, man.
Yeah, really deep. I had to think for 2 seconds of that fucking reference.
Dun, 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 dun.
God, if I had done that.
Fuck man, I love it. I love those films so
And
much.
me.
So
Awesome.
glad firearms are banned in this country.
Oh, back to the fucking aliens. Back to the fucking attention-seeking, schizophrenic, fucking mental disorder having fucking society dropout fucking losers who make these fucking stories up and sell them to these shithill fucking low-rent fucking websites and publications which then syndicate these fucking bullshit stories, therefore perforating them through people like you who believe this and pass it on, you fucking arseholes.
Don't believe all of it.
Amen, brother!
Let's give them some more fucking... Yes, let's breathe them some more
Because
oxygen.
look, I'm going to have to spend 6 hours of my life watching Back to the Future to appease you guys. I don't need to talk about it again now, do I?
This is how Mike feels when we bang on about wrestling.
There you go.
It's nice. And sometimes how I feel if there's a real political discussion
Well, how
going
you
on.
felt watching
and I'm
Threads?
like, what?
I enjoyed Threads.
Oh man, Threads.
I was on about Gaz, he found it quite painful.
Yeah, that upset me for a few weeks, man.
That nuclear weapon thing that went down, that rabbit hole I went down. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, now we've got India and Pakistan kicking off.
Oh, yeah.
I do like the fact that the hashtag no to war that Indians and Pakistanis are. But what the fuck does Twitter do? 1 million people turned up in London, they still bombed Iraq. So just because a lot of them are tweeting that, I guess it doesn't mean nothing, but it's nice,
Although,
I suppose.
As in all fairness, today to the Pakistanis, they released that Indian pilot as a gesture of goodwill.
Fair play.
So they're obviously trying to de-escalate
Another
the situation.
Another fucking mess the Brits left behind.
Because they know they lose in a full-on conflict, that's why.
Just like fucking Israel.
We split the end off, called it. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Have
And
that.
do you know there was loads of bloodshed and like
Yeah, like 1 million people, wasn't there?
bad
Something like
stuff happened on the days like when it was, because we literally just fucking like split it and like people were having to go, people who were on one side were having to come back this way and be and vice versa. Yeah, it wasn't cool.
1947, I think we left India, something 48, 47, something like that.
47, I think.
There were massacres and things, weren't there? And
There's been a lot of wars since.
Yeah,
my crotch is wet.
it is.
Anyway,
Let me give you the most up-to-date, convincing one there is. I've got for you today. An Arizona man. We've covered this briefly in Weird News, but I found this larger article, and I feel that we should elaborate into this man's case. The Arizona man sells his $6.5 million ranch because of constant violent alien attacks.
I remember this, yeah.
Is this the samurai sword?
Yeah.
Mhm.
For fuck, he's still got no evidence, has he?
No.
Is
So,
he trying to hike up the price?
I think he is. 'Cause if you think of it, it's really clever. You say all this shit. The alien enthusiasts buy it. All of a sudden, every single fucking UFO group is banding together, trying to desperately raise money to spend $6.5 million on a
Jesus
farm,
Christ.
in the hope they're going to encounter these violent little grey fuckers.
Is that him?
I believe it is. And it's an
He
impressive.
looks like Jake the Snake
He
Roberts.
does.
If he had too many cakes.
What do you mean if he had too many cakes?
Well, no, he didn't. He wasn't that chubby back in the day.
No, I mean he is now.
Oh no, I think he's doing all right, Jake. Bless him. But this man, look this guy up online, listener. This is Jake the Snake Roberts.
So,
Why doesn't he just let Damien loose on these aliens?
why not? Did for Randy Savage. Was that the same snake?
No, he had many snakes.
He
They
did.
died like. That's what
Look at him,
we
bag
didn't
for the
know as
entire
kids.
fucking
Yeah.
match, that's
And they
why.
had to go from show to show. Like he went through hundreds of snakes.
Oh man. Sure,
And he left them in hotels and lost them places.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's got lots of
Fucking hell.
stories of losing them.
So when a man sells a $5 million ranch after a slew of alien attacks, you know that his alien encounters have taken a toll. John Edmonds seemed capable of handling the occasional unidentified craft zipping by overhead, but then the aliens started to kidnap his wife from her bed.
She's cheating on you, bro. That's just her excuse.
Oh, well.
Where were you last night?
So, scroll down and see what he has to say. The aliens aren't always friendly. John Edmonds says that he's killed 18 greys with a samurai sword during his time at the ranch. He even shared a photo of bloodstains supposedly from these violent encounters. But where are the bodies? If you don't take the heads, they disappear, Edmonds said. He clarified, Unless you cut the head off and disconnect the antennae, so to speak, they instantly phone home. Even with a razor-sharp sword, it is nearly impossible to decapitate them with one swing. Oh.
Badasses.
This is Stardust Ranch. It's located in Buckeye, Arizona, about an hour and a half away from Phoenix, the notorious site of the Phoenix Lights. Maybe that's why there's so much reported alien activity at the ranch. According to owner John Edmonds, the property had been a hotbed of extraterrestrial activity since he and his wife first moved in 20 years ago. Creepier still, the previous owners didn't seem to move out, they had just disappeared, and all their stuff was still in the house, Edmonds said.
They're buried in the cornfield.
Yeah, after he killed them and took their ranch. I don't know why they went. Aliens. They even got the Ancient Aliens guys into court to say it. What happened, Giorgio? Aliens.
It's like, so what, you sold the house and then you just fuck off without taking any of your stuff?
He said they disappeared.
Guess that's weird.
He claims that aliens tried to abduct his wife right in front of him. He described the terrifying scene. There was a cone of light. It came down and she started to rise into that cone of light. I grabbed an AK-47 with a double banana clip in it and I went outside and opened up.
The hell's a banana clip?
It's just a curved magazine. But he's got it's a double, so I don't know if he means it's extended, so it's carrying 60 rounds instead of 30, or he's just done the old trick of taping one mag upside down from the other.
Does that work?
Oh yeah, it's just as long as you don't lie down and you get the end and open end of the magazine in the dirt. Yeah, it should work. It works all the time. You know, you got two magazines. It's like Ripley does.
I know.
Aliens.
You got a magazine. You put it in. You slam it in.
You don't just slam it in. You just gentle click.
No, that's how they do in films.
Yeah, no, it's not. But it makes a gentle click. It's like inserting yourself into a lady. It should be gentle and calm. Until you feel it pop
So you've
in.
done
Not
that.
all the time.
What's this bullshit about taping something to the
Well,
round?
Ripley does it in Aliens. I'll use that example. She gets the magazine,
Yeah.
and she wants some extra ammo, so she gets some tape, and she takes one magazine facing downwards, so the open end is down, tapes it round to the other magazine, so when she runs out of ammo in the one, all she has to do is take it out, turn it round, put the other one back in.
That's why I was getting confused. I thought you meant it's somebody did it
But isn't
automatically
it
and
just as
carried
quick
on.
to go, throw the empty one away, grab a new one, chuck that one in,
No,
and
she
just
just goes,
flip one round?
Turn, there you go, back in. You got to
Turn,
reach into your pouch,
flip.
take it out. You should be able to do it. Trains always do it less than 2 seconds.
Exactly. So she's wasting time.
Well, he could have an extended clip. I don't know. I don't know what he means by it. I'm just. He could have
He's
six.
he's a fucking schizophrenic bell end.
Well, the
He
aliens
looks like
appear
Jason
inside his
State
house,
Robert.
Gaz.
Oh, he's trying to raise the property price. He's preying on feeble-minded conspiracy theorists. Like, and I am pointing at Ben listening because I'm fairly drunk and leery. Alien hunters.
I'm genuinely shocked.
Are you to believe you haven't contributed to a Kickstarter to buy the buying of this ranch, have you?
Contributed. I started it, mate.
Oh shit! We've lost him, mate.
I want to be fighting grey aliens in 6 months. What are you gonna do? I'll send you that. We'll do a live Skype show. Well, you can just come with me.
If you could have a live stream with a grey alien, then obviously we've made it.
As I'm
If you could
punching
achieve
it in the
that.
face.
I thought you were going to be mates. Or are you
Well, no,
trying
just got to get into
kill
my
them?
house and abduct my loved ones.
Oh, like him, I suppose. Why do they want his ranch so badly?
Well, why not? Nice
Maybe
ranch.
imagine if that's the centre of dimensional.
Maybe it
like
is.
it's
Maybe
really
it falls
key
onto
to a way
dimensional
line or something.
gateways.
Or he's a fucking attention-seeking knob jockey.
Well, he says the speed generated by their movements of at least 3 at once made the glass in the double-pane windows buzz and misalign in the frames to the point where the windows are now very difficult to close and lock properly without using a screwdriver to realign them in the frame. First, I believe the high-frequency buzz is a side effect of their partial in-phase or out-of-phase interdimensional travel.
Ah, of course.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
That's why your windows are all fucked up. That happens to loads of windows just over time. They start sinking and giving away a bit and harder to open and close. The lock's getting a bit fucked.
Yeah, my window farts.
It does sometimes pick up on the mic. I have heard it occasionally on re-listens.
Hey, don't try and blame your anal gases.
I'm not the one who's saying my window farts. You said I've heard it. Other people may have spotted the ETs too. During a Google Hangouts interview with Kerry Cassidy from Project Camelot, a short figure appeared behind Edmonds. I believe there's a photo of that if you scroll up. Well, you can find this on ranker.com. This article.
There it was with the red circle round it.
Yeah, a bit down. Yeah, someone.
It's a fucking person in the background.
It's an alien, Gaz.
Oh, for
Is that it?
No, there's more. So it says load more.
No, I mean, is that it? Is that the figure behind him?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Shit, don't
Are you
worry.
convinced, Smoke?
No.
Oh man.
No, I think that's enough.
No, there is more.
It's not
No,
loading.
that's enough.
It's not
of him.
loading, to be fair. So.
Yeah, it won't load. The computer is literally saying no.
Oh, there was more. But
It's literally saying no.
I read it. So yeah, there you have it. Aliens.
Of course.
Are we moving on to the weird news?
So what do you think, guys?
I think every single one of those on that list were hilariously fucking wank.
Oh,
In a nice way.
Open your mind, Gaz.
He threw the fucking Venezualan man 15
I
feet.
love that story.
And then he didn't shit himself. Instead, he tried to stab him. And then when
Shows the human
it-
spirit, Gaz.
the steel skin was like, dung, and then the alien was like, fuck this, I'm not getting stabbed on my impenetrable skin.
Could off
Why
his
didn't
eyes, you don't know, next
The
time.
fucking boy, that one that disintegrated the little boy, and then he just reappeared, and everyone's like, "Oh,
Hello, Dimitri.
Dimitri, you returned."
And they're literally steel Ewoks.
Yeah.
We established it was a group of midget wrestlers, or little people wrestlers, I think they like to be called, little person wrestlers. I think that's the PC term. Between shows, travelling, and yeah,
Whatever. Yeah, well, I'll go with aliens.
bollocks. It's all bollocks. Arizona man is a fucking Jake the Snake wannabe with his mustache and his fucking mullet and his shit stories and his picture of like blood on the floor with a samurai sword.
There was
He probably-
more to that article because
he-
I remember he showed off some wounds he
Oh,
got
what does
in,
that?
in the battle.
He cut himself with his sword and he raped a raccoon's anus with his sword or something, or whatever critters appear on his ranch because he's a weird, perverted ranch man who lives on a ranch.
Well, alright. He has sustained wounds in battle though. He's shown pictures of the scars he's got.
I've got.
It's all very compelling, Gaz.
I've got a cut on my finger there. What if I told you I got that from? I fell through a dimensional wormhole and I landed in He-Man's universe.
Right.
The universe that is full of the masters of.
Yeah.
And I was scratched by Battle Cat.
Well, I would
Then I
argue
fell
that
back
I would.
through the wormhole. But look, there's a scratch, Ben.
Yeah,
An
but I would
actual scratch.
argue, Gaz, if that had happened, you would have messaged me and Mike on Facebook to tell us.
Oh, there's no fucking signal.
Yeah, when you got back.
Coverage. No,
Yeah,
I'm telling
Eternia.
you now. Yeah, Eternia hasn't got cell phone
How
towers.
did you know?
Been there, dickhead.
They got rock shaped like penises though.
Yes, and Fisto, he's very popular amongst
Memes.
some of the community in Eternia.
I fisted them, He-Man. Well,
I fisted
I
them good.
fisted them
I
good.
couldn't fist them all.
Oh, but you tried though, didn't you, Fisto?
Nasty hand
Stop
cramp.
me now, I'm having such a good time. Having a fist. Or maybe his victims are singing, "Don't fist me now, I'm having such a bad time. It's a really big fist."
So you're not going for Arizona guy, John Edmonds?
Fuck him.
Go,
Sorry,
any-
that's my
no.
professional.
Any
I've got
alien
nothing more
encounters you'd
eloquent
want
to say.
You know,
No.
Any one of them?
No, I think these people all need medication or love or just something, a hobby, a different hobby, better friends, just a different outlook on life.
Financial security, maybe.
Just watch more telly, play more PlayStation, just anything. Like, I don't know, just anything to take your mind off all this. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll become a.
Oh,
you
watch two Italians make a pancake.
Tell everyone it was aliens. That's how. I mean, how Americans don't like. The average American doesn't really know there's a border outside America. Like they don't know the rest of the world exists. Basically, That's what happens to actual native Italians walk into a campsite and they're so polite and well dressed and like good looking and they
in
can
a
cook.
strange car that he
Yeah. A sports car that's really small and like compared to your average American car, and they can cook.
They've turned up with a Fiat 500 and he's got to pick up his, wow, that's weird. That's gonna be some kind of
And he's
space.
some old Texans like, oh my god, they had like olive skin and like slick hair and like
All black one-piece.
They're just wearing nice Versace suits. They've got good hair. They're your typical Italian. Like, oh god. Yeah, no, aliens.
Aliens.
I really,
Italian aliens.
I really need a week.
Yeah, me too actually. So let's call a pee break and then we'll do some more weird news.
Yeah, man.
And we're back. We're going to do weird news. The boys aren't convinced by my alien encounters. So, well, not my alien encounters, but the ones I've found for the show. So let's do some weird news.
Let's get the boys' views on this week's weird news.
Wow, well, that's linking into an article we had a couple of weeks ago.
Oh lord. Yeah, I do know this story actually. Woman covers her face in period blood to show they're beautiful and powerful. Demetria Nix spent years hiding her periods from boyfriends and being extremely embarrassed every time she came on. But when a change in her contraception meant she had to start keeping a closer eye on her cycle, she started to see things very differently. She grew to love her time of the month, saying it's beautiful and powerful, and wanted to share her new appreciation with women around the world. It keeps saying woman around the world, but that should be women, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, who writes these?
I know.
This is the Mirror?
It's ridiculous.
Zoe
These
Forsey,
people are
apparently.
supposed to be professionals. Jesus.
The thing is, they want to get them out as quickly as
Yeah,
possible.
just bang it out, bang it out.
It's
Oh,
awful.
She started collecting her blood and one day had an impulse to smear it across her face and share photos online.
No, that's not an impulse, love. That's an impending psychological breakdown.
It's
She
an
would
impulse.
argue. She would argue it's just, it's just a bodily fluid. It's just blood.
Yeah, but you don't have oh, you know what?
Yeah, but sharing it online, that's an
Fancy-
impulse for attention seeking.
Yes, that's my
what that
point.
is.
Yeah, that is...
You said it right.
Yeah, that's my point. You go, yeah, you want to do it in the privacy of your own home. I don't give a shit. Do what
Go
the fuck
for
you
it.
want. But the minute you go, I want to share this online,
As soon as you
now
Facebook
you're
it-
attention seeking. There you go. That's it.
Because what I love
Express
sometimes
it.
with
Well,
Facebook,
good for her. Do it. Not everyone wants to fucking see it.
that's
Or you can hide the post.
I cannot. But that's
This
not
is-
the point. It's attention seeking at its highest thing.
This is my little thing I've got with Facebook, because I'm a fairly avid Facebook user. It's every single post is attention seeking on some level. Like, there's levels to it. Some people are completely ridiculous and obviously psychologically unsafe attention seeking. We've all seen that level. Someone who's gone through a breakup.
I watched a marriage breakup live on Facebook.
Fuck yeah!
Literally, he was outside the house. She was in the house.
Yeah.
For some reason, well, she wouldn't answer his calls or texts. The only way she would respond is in this Facebook comment thread, and I sat there and watched it for 20 minutes.
Oh,
Can you imagine it? Why would you do it?
exactly. Right, there's that level, but then even when you share a song or something like, oh, I'm like this. My point is, on a very small, it's everything on the whole point of it is attention seeking. Everything we do on there is attention seeking. So the second she smears it on and posts it on there, yeah, it's not so much about.
It's not posting a song or a picture of your dog. It's, hey, I'm smearing menstrual blood on my face.
Shall we see what she's got to say, the silly woman? Sorry, that's me. Yep, that's me editorialising.
Bearded man and him coming out again.
No, it's not. I'm not saying she's a dickhead for having a period. She's a dickhead for smearing on her face and Facebooking it. Well, let's see her justifications. Have I just Alan Partridged? She said, we hold so much shame in our bodies, and most of us do not realise it until we intentionally explore it. Our periods are an incredibly magical time of month that holds immense power, and our society keeps us away from that as much as possible.
I'm seeing a
No.
correlation with Poo Face Man.
Yeah, definitely. But do you know what I heard I think it was on Joe Rogan. It was on Joe Rogan, I heard that this started on 4chan as a piss take,
Right.
which is what happened with Flat Earth as well. It starts as a joke, but
And you
people
get-
end up taking it on as an actual cause. and then it grows out of control.
You mean like Gwyneth Paltrow's fucking healthcare business?
Oh no, but fuck her. But this, just see what I mean though? It starts as this was literally somebody trolling on 4chan, going, "This is next. This is what level they're taking to," and they did a fake post about rubbing period blood on your face, and then that somehow then got sucked into the zeitgeist, and some young ladies actually thought to themselves, "You know what? That's a cause I can get behind." I'm miming the spreading and also trying to recreate it audibly.
Audibly.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Sorry, I'm drunker than I usually would be on the show.
I just think I'll put this down to attention seeking.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah, alright, fantastic, it's powerful and amazing and wonderful, and I'm sure it is. But, you know, you don't need to smear it on your face and post it on Facebook.
Hang on, I've got
Or
to read,
Instagram, whatever platform you're using, I don't
I've
care.
got to read that last line of a quote. "I believe it's a beautiful thing to get comfortable with touching your own blood." I hope she means specifically the menstrual blood, because you shouldn't be comfortable with touching your blood, should you? Because it should always really be on the inside.
It should, it's a major
pretty
factor.
much
It's
all the
an
time.
important role in staying alive.
Yeah, it should pretty much always. You shouldn't
I mean,
see it.
We are just meat sacks full of liquid, you know?
Very gently. Like, see when the cat scratched me earlier and I instantly started leaking blood, and I was just like, that is how we're just this fragile little...
Yeah, I
Fucking-
removed a swath of cling film that was rather bloody earlier from my leg.
Well, yeah. Tattoo Dave. He's not
Yeah.
a fucking sadist.
No, I wasn't cutting myself deliberately.
Or a self-masochist.
Just like
Well,
that.
he is a self-masochist.
We're pretty easy to injure, aren't we? And
Of course
kill.
we are. We're just little...
Yeah.
Like, we're like
We're
a little...
meat sacks.
You know, like a water balloon.
Yes,
We're literally
exactly.
like a water
We're-
balloon with blood in and some solid stuff on the inside, but you drop us too hard and it goes...
Yep.
Why is everybody gathered round that giant pizza down there? That's not a giant pizza, sir. Where'd you get your pizzas? The fat bastard are here.
Boys on the door.
we put this one into attention seeking then, guys.
I think so.
Okay,
Well,
next
just
one.
been misguided reading articles that started as a joke.
Or
on the
mentally
internet.
ill.
But that's how bad at critical thinking, though, that generation can be. They read something that started as a joke on 4chan and they think it's a serious fucking thing and take it on as a cause.
There you go.
Oh well. Your turn, Mike.
This is from the
What's
Sun.
happening?
Oh, the sun.
Plastic ain't fantastic for your penis. Chemicals in food packaging make your manhood smaller.
Let me guess, is this the EU's fault?
Scientists in Australia have warned chemicals in plastics are the #1 threat to male fertility. That's good.
Well,
Chemicals in everyday items from household cleaners to food packaging can damage a man's penis and make it smaller.
Why household chemicals? Who's drinking that?
Well, there might be a spill, you might get it on your finger, ingest it.
read that next line, Mike. Fuck it up.
Phthalates, BPA and parabens are to blame for a rise in the number of baby boys being born with genital defects. Oh, fuck me. What the fuck are
What
we
world
doing?
do we live in?
We've inherited Eden, and what the fuck are we turning it into?
Because we buy sandwiches from Tesco's every day in a plastic box. Like our kids are born with deformed dicks. What the fuck? It's like Mega City 1, it's Judge Dredd.
Gentlemen, this is the sun.
Good point. Well made.
Yeah. Proper scientists from the University of Melbourne said in Australia penis birth defects have doubled in recent years due to plastic use.
Oh, that's in Australia, isn't it?
Or maybe the pollution in or what? Maybe there's some environmental aspect to it that they have in Australia.
That's not a deformed cock. This is a deformed cock.
Oh my god! It looks like a trout.
They were specifically looking for a defect called hypospadia, where the opening of the penis is on the underside rather than the tip.
What? So, imagine trying to aim your piss.
Oh, that's something you get used to over time, I suppose.
But it's going to end in...
It's going to
You're
end
going
in
to piss on your feet a lot.
Oh yeah, you'd have to wear some kind of waterproof shoe, I imagine.
I mean,
Or
to
you're
be
sleeping
fair,
in the
you could
house.
lie flat on your back and still have a piss.
Fuck yeah! Yeah, that's a party trick, isn't it? You lie flat on your back, put your feet against the toilet bowl.
I
lift
can
your
feel
cock
that
up,
can from flat on my back.
and just piss into the toilet bowl. What a fucking party trick that is!
You also,
would be
yeah, but you'd
easily-
also come downwards as well.
That's not a problem if you're inside someone.
Yeah, we'd be cleaning up after a wank. Do you know what I mean? You have to
Well,
wipe
that's
it
why you have
off
a sock,
your knees
Gaz.
and your shins all the time.
That's why you have a sock. Always have a sock.
Wank sock. Oh, can I tell you a joke?
Go on then.
Why did the sperm cross the road? I put the wrong socks on this morning.
Oh no, for me the wank sock's always that odd sock I can't find the other for. It ends its days in service.
Oh man. Oh, that's an insight we didn't need.
Oh, for a world-class psychiatrist. So actually, before you two jump completely off the fence
Right.
and get your triggered faces on,
Okay.
about how
Why are we going to get triggered?
Because Mike was getting triggered about how we're destroying the planet we were given Eden.
Oh, yeah.
And we've turned it into a shithole.
We have though.
Yeah, we have. But before you turn into an angry purple-haired lesbian, let's just
Triggered!
say that this is the sun.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
quoting
Son.
Brisbane
It's quoting
University
yeah.
Studies.
We don't know how reputable Brisbane University Studies
No,
Department
we
is.
don't.
Or there's the Dr. Pask and Dr. Green's psychological state.
Yeah, but you're sounding more like Michael Gove now. He says don't trust the fucking
Experts.
experts.
Yeah, I'm just
Too
saying.
many experts. I think
Saying-
I'm going to take him at his word. He's looked into it. I haven't.
Yeah,
It's
but-
not the sort of thing I Google.
Yeah,
And I do Google some weird things,
In-
but never how many babies are being born with weird cocks. Right?
That's
But
very
he's looked into this and he's told us
Why
as
is
a
he looking into
percentage.
it?
Because he's thinking
Where's
on a
the
different
book,
level
Dr.
than us because he
Baskin
knows
Because they've been finding babies with fucking
weird cocks.
weird cocks, yeah.
Are they there? At every birth? To find
it
No,
out.
but they
doubled?
report it. Look, if you're the fucking midwife and you keep seeing corkscrew cocks and fucking green toad skull fucking cocks, I don't know, just weird mutant cocks. You're gonna fucking ring someone above, aren't you, at a different level and go, listen, mate,
All
I've
these
seen
things-
3 of these in 2 weeks.
They take statistics for all these things.
Exactly. Have you seen a corkscrew
Cock,
illuminous
yes or
green
no?
cock in the last week? Yes. Well, it's coming from the plastic. And we're all fucked. Oh, we're all full of chemicals. They're
God,
rotting us
yeah.
from the inside because they need a fucking population cull. We know that's the truth. It's all for profit.
But on the plus side,
Oh.
they've shown a significant shortening of the distance between the anus and the penis, so soon you've got to fuck yourself. With your deformed cock.
Did
Well,
it say that in the article?
well, isn't that just the final fuck you from the Illuminati? Hey, we're poisoning you. Go fuck yourselves.
You're no son of mine. Not with that crippled cock. So, that's a brand of cider. I'm allowed to say it. Crippled cock
Is it?
cider. Yes.
Apparently
Okay.
these chemicals used in toothpaste and beauty products and in herbicide.
Well, that's why you never swallow the toothpaste.
I better stop using that lipstick. Why is there a picture of mushrooms? That's what your cock's gonna look like. It look like a Super Mario
Because
mushroom.
it says herbicides, isn't it? So
Yeah.
anything, so chemicals, like the food you eat.
And this is
in
why
that.
I don't eat vegetables.
Oh, for fuck, that's a great strategy, man. There might be bad things in them vegetables, so I won't have a single one.
There's nothing to do
They'll
with
be
it.
We'll eat
healthier
the
in the long
meat
run.
from the animals that have eaten the grass.
Yeah, and they're full of more shit and the chemicals they've been
fuck,
pumping
I
with to
can't eat
keep,
anything now then, can I?
to keep them sedate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to say go and find a mountain spring that's pure and just drink from that.
You
forever.
eat chicken, don't you?
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you've eaten steroids and all sorts of shit and just fuck knows what in that meat. We all do.
be
every one
chlorinated
of
chicken
us.
soon.
Oh yeah, chicken in a can.
Yeah. Adequate chicken in a can.
It's going to have a big Tesco fucking
Tesco adequate range.
Don't you hate it how like you got a fucking hierarchy of food quality now?
Oh,
You got the
premium.
finest,
Yeah,
the premium
finest.
quality.
You'll know what level you're on by what you can afford.
Yeah.
We'll all have to
That's
It's
sit
like
there
the
and...
economy chips are just in that clear plastic bag and they're all the mutated bruised potatoes and all ones.
The little stubby ones.
But then you get the premium and it's like, oh, these are twice
Yeah,
baked.
straight
Ooh.
cut.
Yeah, and they're covered in goose fat and
Yeah.
you know.
Fucking hell. That's capitalism, baby.
Yeah, that's capitalism.
That's capitalism.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, maybe the economy. The economy version.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We're on the Brexit to hell. Doom, doom. Oh man.
Oh, next one.
Next one.
Oh, I saw this. Woman starts watching old porn movie, then realises it's her mum and dad. Fantastic.
Didn't we do? I'm having deja vu.
Did I read this?
No, I don't think so. I've not heard it.
I don't know if I'd have read it.
I know the
I'd
story.
saved
That might be why I'm having it. I've read it, but we didn't do it on air. I don't know.
So,
I'm sorry.
A woman found herself in a truly horrifying situation when she realised the naughty movie she was watching was actually her parents. Retelling a disturbing story from when she was 15, the woman claims she was off school because she was poorly when she went for a snoop around her parents' room. Can't have been that poorly then, can she?
No, she was pretending.
She says she found a pile of VHS tapes in the back of the wardrobe and, hoping they were porn, decided to see what was on them. A decision she would very quickly regret. The video started with a shot of a sofa taken from the far distance, she told. She thought it looked familiar, but didn't think about it too much.
It was me.
Mwahaha! A naked man who had been adjusting with the camera controls walked away from the camera and towards a woman. She writes, then the dude jumped on the woman and they started having stiff missionary sex.
Ooh,
It was the least sensual porn I've ever seen. And to 15, how much porn is she watching? Although I didn't have too much to compare it with, I was pretty sure that this is amateur. It wasn't until the man stood up and started walking towards the camera with everything proudly on display that she recognised him.
Oh dear.
She said, I've never run so fast to the VHS player to hit stop, but it took forever. My legs were jelly.
What,
the
was she coming?
The VHS player was so far away I was screaming, no! Because I went to a Darth Vader. No for me, please, Gaz.
No. Or her legs turned to jelly. Was she coming?
I have no idea. But it came out all low pitched and slow.
Imagine that.
So exactly.
That's what happened. She was wanking.
Yeah.
Yeah, she admits later on in the story. Spoilers.
So I was right.
She claimed she managed to block the memory out for several years, but decided to share the story with her brother when she remembered to share the burden. She says she can now laugh at the horrific memory, although admits things were very awkward around her parents the first few weeks.
I can imagine.
There's more, I think, isn't there?
No, just the comments.
Well, the version we read, because me and my missus discussed this, she admits...
Have you been making sex tapes?
No, we read this article, or not this version of the article, but the one we read that she'd admitted that she was having fun times.
She says in that article it's the worst one she's ever seen.
But in the one we read, it was like, but it's the best I've got, so I have one anyway. You know what it was like back then, tapes and that, it was rare to have a porno. They were like fucking gold.
True.
If you had a good one, you held on to it.
Yeah, the old internet wasn't about then.
Fuck
No,
that.
you only got your porn from 2 places. No,
Yeah.
3 places.
Elder Brothers or the Woods.
So the woods, yeah.
And the 10-minute freeview of Channel X if you were looking at it on cable.
Oh yeah.
You saw a bit of tit, but nothing else.
Yeah, but still,
Who was coming up later that night?
it was enough.
Well,
It was tits.
10 minutes. I could have gone 3 times back when I was 15.
Anyway, I think we just lost all our female listeners. So, should we?
Reminiscing about how wanking days.
There's literally nothing we don't talk about. Oh,
That's
for a
it.
truly world-class
Psychologist.
psychiatrist. I've said it once, I'll
Yeah.
say it again.
Yeah, it would be.
I hope one of our listeners is a psychologist.
I'd
And
like to
they're,
get us analysed. That would be fun.
psychiatrist even, and they are analysing it.
Not by a psychoanalyst, but an actual psychologist. Psychoanalysts are fucking. They're full of shit. They're like trying to interpret things and all that. You're pulling that thing out. Oh, this
So you're saying,
represents this.
But would you say that about behavioural science? Are these
No.
serial killers?
No. I only know this because I recently read a book about psychoanalysis, and it is analysing your dreams and the
I don't go for that kind of stuff.
and analysing and Freudian stuff, basically, say, oh, the fact that you dream about this or think of this represents this, and well, no, you're guessing at that, mate. really.
Yeah, I'd
aren't
go
you?
with that. I don't go for
That's
that
guesswork.
stuff.
That's not studying which parts of my brain are lighting up, and studying groups of people over time, and it's not scientific in my opinion. Listen to me, in my opinion, but you know what I mean. It's like, but a psychologist though, I would like an actual behavioural psychologist to listen to us, and then say, well, this is my my appraisal of the 3 personalities, what types we are, or whatever, and see what boxes they put us in.
Oh my God.
If we fit in any.
Yeah, we can't put us into a box.
We're unboxable.
We're the boys in the fucking apocalypse.
Yeah.
Oh, we're drunk as fuck
Hey.
on a podcast.
Happy birthday, me.
Yeah, right. Should we do the fucking best game show in the world?
In the flat, certainly.
Well, it is, but come on, I'm going to be bold and brash because I'm drunk. In the world.
In the world.
If only we had more coverage, more exposure. Share us, listener, and tell your friends.
No, because if we had,
If you've
if
got
this
any.
became a massive podcast, Alex would start playing, upping his game to get more crazy.
To be featured.
So we'd be featured.
Well, that's good
Yeah.
for us.
Well, it is, but it's also a
Bad
double-edged
for the
sword.
world, but it's good for us.
Yeah. Anyway, the premise of the game is that Mike will find us a couple of random weirdos from the internet, and then we'll pit them against the arch saint of insanity himself, Alex Jones. And we decide, in a 3-way vote, on who has gone more batshit insane this week. Because it's alright to go a little bit Alex, or even half Alex, but remember, you should never go full Alex.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
So Mike, who's the first up?
First up, Rick Wiles says your phone company is creating the Mark of the Beast system.
Right, we've had him
Okay.
before.
Yeah, he's been on a few times.
The Mark of the Beast.
Mark.
Personal favourite of mine, I like him.
Oh, okay.
I'll recognise him when he comes up as them.
Is that Iron Maiden's new album, Mark of the Beast?
Well, it's,
It could be.
yeah.
We are blowing the whistle on what the mobile phone industry is doing. I'm telling you, they're setting up the Mark of the Beast system, and you need to be alarmed. You need to tell your phone company that you are going to resist it unto death. You have to resist it unto death. You have to do this. There is no choice in this. There is no gray area. This isn't like, well, if I don't feel it. No, this is life or death. You have to resist it. Anybody who receives the mark of the beast shall be cast into the lake of fire. You need to contact your phone company and say, I know what you're up to. I know where you're taking us, and I am going to resist with all my might. I will not go there. If you think you're going to drag me into that type of world, that we're going to have a cashless system, that you're going to microchip us, that you're going to transfer payments through our phone by the contact of a microchip in my skin, I'll tell you where you can put your microchip. And you need to be real blunt with the phone companies. Folks, this is no laughing matter. I believe that Lucifer is preparing to re-enter the world stage again. That once again, he will dominate this world. He is the God of this world. He is the one that this world is looking to. And we saw today, we heard people talking about their desire to see blood. We saw them, the people that were there, they're godless, they're Luciferian, they're devil worshippers. And they are waiting for this Luciferian, demonic, satanic empire to rise up. And they're going to make war against the saints. They're going to make war against the one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church of God. They're coming after every believer. And your phone company is involved in this.
I've got 2 questions. 3 actually. I've got 3 questions.
He's great, isn't he?
How does my phone company...
I've got 3 questions.
Hello, phone company. Sorry, go on.
Alright. 1, was the guy in the grey suit trying to argue against him but just couldn't get a word in edgeways, or was he agreeing with him?
I have no idea, because we couldn't see.
No idea.
2, that guy in the middle, his entire bottom half of his face is beard.
I mean, punch him.
He looks like he's Chewbacca up to the nose.
They look like they're on a rooftop. I'd push him off it, I would, based on his facial hair.
I mean, it's like, it's not just his face.
Yeah, but
It's
remember
like-
that the listeners can't see this.
I know, I'm trying to describe it. It's like this thick, luxurious beard that seems to go all the way down his neck. It's like it's joined to his chest hair. It's like everything below his nose is hair. I mean, it even goes around the back of his neck. It's like he's wearing a bandana of beard hair. I mean, it's phenomenal.
It's horrific.
I wish I could grow that much facial hair.
I don't. You might be able to. We've literally never tried.
I have.
We shave? Oh, have you tried to grow a big one?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah, it just didn't
It
work.
looks like Will o' the Wisp.
I can get
Mike's got a pretty good beard.
I can rock a good
You
beard.
can rock a beard. I get
Frankie Boyle
I
beard.
can do a goatee at best, but I've got a gap right in the middle of my chin,
Oh dear.
and I end up with 2 long strands, which I can tie together.
Lack of testosterone, Ben.
Oh, I doubt it.
He's so defensive.
He is, isn't he? I ain't no good,
I'll shoot
man.
my cock like an AK-47 and take out a field of fucking assassins.
Hey, well, I told you I beat my personal best lifting this week. It's not a lot.
No, I'm not laughing at that. I genuinely respect you for doing it and going.
Yes.
It's just that, you know, your personal best isn't better than like the
No.
best's personal best. But in
No.
your head, you'll still think you can be the leader of the resistance. You know, how you feel when you're doing your best lift next to someone who's doing 40 times your best lift.
Is this like?
Will
in
you,
a
will you look at them and
Is this
think,
in a competition to see who's going to be leader of the resistance?
yeah, will you look
Well,
over
what I'll
them
do
and
then
think
is use my
maybe
cu-
he should
I'll
be the leader?
use my low animal cunning.
Oh.
Put out the laser gun from my shorts and shoot him in the side of the head, and then take control.
Okay. Who's next in the game, Mike? Please tell me it's Ben. Just a clip of Ben telling me how he's the greatest warrior soldier in history.
Never said I was that. Never said I was that.
Not in so many ways, but you basically kind of have.
I used to. The mum always said I'd be used for something, and that something is a leader of the human resistance in the future.
Did she take you down to like Tijuana and places like that? Yeah.
Got this bunker in the garden full of AKs.
Is she in a special place now, like
Yeah, she's in the asylum.
with bars and walls and
Yeah. Yeah. Now you mention it.
feel like going and breaking her out?
Yeah, thought about it. But I had to stop the weed first.
Oh fuck's sake, let's come on. How long are we on, seriously, time-wise?
2:12.
Oh, it's because we've been talking in between
Yeah.
getting drunk.
Yeah.
Sorry for you, listener. Like I said, it's either going to be the worst or best episode.
That's my birthday party.
Yeah, we've had a good time. So.
It's like our Christmas specials, our dark Christmas specials. We're pretty blitzed for them, to be fair.
Yeah. There you go. When's your
Halloween.
birthday, Mo?
December, mate. We've had it.
Oh, did we get blitz? We
I
should
can't
have.
remember. I think we did.
Well,
did
if we can't
last
remember,
week,
we
yeah.
assume we did. That's always a rule, isn't
Right.
it?
Who's next?
Who's next?
Next up, Pat Robertson.
Hey, Pat Robertson's back.
Oh,
Our favourite fucking Luke.
Boo.
Our favourite Alzheimer's ridden granddad.
no.
He says that gays will destroy society to legitimise, quote, their weird way of doing sex.
Oh, what did you say last week, guys? The bigger the front, the bigger the back.
Yo, he loves a cock. This man loves
The
a cock.
incredible thing about the homosexuals is they are willing to destroy lives and destroy the whole fabric of society so long as they and their weird way of doing sex is legitimized. That's what they want, and they will to take away everything. They'll destroy marriage, they'll destroy families, they'll destroy in this case, the foster children. They're willing to tear down the entire edifice in order to have the majority of people recognize the way they do sex. That's what it amounts to. And 1%, ladies and gentlemen, get it, 1% of the country, from what we understand, are lesbian, 2% are homosexuals. And that is all. And yet that 2% and 1% are taking charge of the rest of us because they're so vocal and so authoritative, and they apparently dominate these legislative bodies. I think if Christians begin to speak out and insist that if some politician goes along with the gay agenda, that they're going to be voted out of office. And once they get that message, they'll start saying, well, we want to listen to the majority of the people in our society. Until they do, that small minority is going to be dominating everything we do in every aspect of our lives. Mark my word, it's going to happen.
No, he loves the cock.
The thing I don't get is he says the...
There's nothing wrong with that, obviously.
I'm not
He
sure what
says
he was
until
really
it-
saying, to be honest.
Well, he's saying that the 2% minority of homosexuals control American legislature
Yeah, well.
and that they're in control of society, pushing their weird way of having sex, as he put it.
You can't really push it on someone, can you? Either
But
way.
what he doesn't realise is that the majority of people in the US support gay marriage, and so the majority of people already support
Did
it.
they ever have...
Yeah,
They've
they
legalised it,
legalised it,
haven't they? Yeah.
Obama didn't he?
I think he did, yeah. We legalised it before America, didn't we? And Ireland has not long legalised it as well. Yeah.
So it
So
should be.
apparently that's pushing an agenda, according to Pat.
Trying to
let's
take
face
over
it,
society.
He's just an old bigot who likes a dick now and again, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that he'd bang on the head. Well, he's banged a few heads as well.
So I think it's Alex next.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arena. The reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of insanity, Alex Jones. So which one's this, mate?
Alex Jones melts down over
Oh, yeah.
babies being murdered.
This is a fresh one. This was live the other day on YouTube. This is fucking awesome. So to explain to you, Ben, this is a show I'm always quoting and going.
I know, I do mean to listen to this over the weekend, I just haven't got round to it yet.
But I mean, this is Joe Rogan on the left, the baldy guy.
I know who they are.
Oh, I don't think you did to know you.
Yeah, I know they are.
Well, I'm always banging on about it. I know the listener.
I've watched Joe Rogan's Mistress.
Oh yeah, I love that he said in this one that cured him of his. Cause he used to be a conspiracy theorist. I love all that shit. Then he did that show, realised how many broken, damaged, just silly
Witnesses
people
are.
that you have to talk to who've got no evidence or nothing. It cured him. He
Yeah.
says, totally cured him.
Oh man, we should never do a show like that.
He doesn't. He's not into conspiracy theories anymore because it's just like, yeah. I looked into it. Nah.
Fair enough.
So anyway, doesn't mean we don't have to be into it.
I bet he hasn't gone to our list of weird alien encounters. I'm a believer then.
Probably too busy being rich and successful.
Yeah, more than likely. We'll get there one day, guys.
Send us money, listener.
And hookers.
Please. No, I don't need them. Back in the day, but no, just send money now. Brexit. If you're a listener from the States and abroad, Brexit's coming. We're going to be fucked financially. You're going to have to send us money to keep the pod going. Or food package.
Keep us alive.
To keep my kids alive.
No
Or the
chlorinated
owner's
chicken
kids.
though.
Oh man, okay, let's go.
Oh, we jest, but it might actually happen.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's see what Alex has got to say.
I came here and I proved they're keeping babies alive and taking their organs.
How did you prove that?
They're admitting it.
Jamie pulled some shit up on
No,
Google.
they admit it now.
That's
they're,
you
they're
two.
normalizing it. No, the governor. Listen to me.
Do you really think there's people out there campaigning for late-term abortions? You think that shit's real? You
The
think that
Senate
shit's real?
voted Monday to keep it legal.
Who would
to kill
do that?
our
Who would do
abortion.
that? Who would campaign for that's
They
the most
fucking did it,
That is the
Bravo!
craziest
And
shit
you
ever.
can't fucking admit they're fucking killing already more kids, so you're telling me it isn't real when they had a fucking vote in the goddamn fucking Senate!
That's a
What the
conspiracy theory.
I am ready to beat your
That's a
fucking ass with
conspiracy
this
theory.
later. You think you're fucking tough, you're about to get it. Bullshit! They're killing already more babies! Stop fucking lying, God fucking damn it! ahead. I'm getting pissed now.
Don't get pissed. Go.
No, I mean,
Okay.
you saw the dude. It's
He
going
didn't see it.
fucking with you.
Alex,
Hey,
Alex,
Alex,
type in right now.
Alex,
the fucking
I was
Senate,
fucking
the
with you.
fucking Senate voted
Here's
to
the-
kill babies
let me-
out of their fucking bars.
Hey,
I
Alex,
was just playing with you. Of course I believe that, Alex.
Eddie,
Do you-
let me explain.
Of course I believe.
Eddie,
It's
let me
all over the
explain.
news.
Eddie,
I was just playing with
Eddie,
you.
let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. We went into a long conversation.
I heard it.
We played.
I heard it.
Okay, you heard it.
I heard the whole podcast.
Oh, yours teaching
I'm
me.
playing with you.
Okay.
But
Okay.
imagine my psychosis
Think
is
about what I
this.
said. Think-
Reality is so crazy that I always thought I was so tough.
Can't believe he
that I
doesn't have to pee anymore.
That I gotta piss a little bit.
Alex,
The point is that, dude, I'm not. The reality's so crazy. Why are we debating whether the Earth is flat, dude? They have human-animal hybrids. There's the freaking. I have been there when people that work for the Pentagon say that we go to the laboratory and we meet with the ambassador. We have to take higher and higher dosages to meet with them. They're giving us technology, and the technology works. I mean, this is going on, dude. Do you want to know this?
Listen. Relax.
Your think about
Alex.
space isn't real. The freaking dimensions, man. The aliens are coming through the dimensions.
Alex, think about what I said. I said, dude, do you think there's actually people out there that believe or that are campaigning?
I got a $20,000 telescope where I can look at freaking
Listen to what I said.
Alex, he's fucking
Did you hear what I
with you. He's
said?
fucking with you.
I said, do you think there's actually people out there that are campaigning for late-term abortions? Of course there are, but I'm making it seem like I don't believe they are.
No, I get it.
I'm being the ultimate skeptic.
Okay, I thought you were.
I'm being the ultimate skeptic.
Listen, Eddie does
to
that
the words
all.
I
He
said.
does that all the time. He's just
I
fucking
like it.
around.
Right, can I just say that he's just playing to the crowd at that point.
Of course, he's acting. Do you know
So
my favourite bit about it is?
I'm my winner. My winner's Pat.
Yeah, before I say my winner, my favourite bit about that.
Oh, actually, no. Who's the fucking? Oh, sorry, it was just because Alex.
So the other guy in the conversation who's not Joe Rogan is Eddie Bravo, who is one of, as I understand it, the world's most respected jiu-jitsu experts, as in he could not like historian or something. He's expert, teacher, practitioner.
Whatever Dan they are, kind of thing.
Like, yeah, he's an absolute fucking killing machine.
Is he some MMA guy or just?
He also, yeah, UFC, MMA, all that. But he also loves a conspiracy theory.
He is a bit of a flat earther, isn't he?
Yeah, he does, I think, believe flat earth. But my point is, he is legitimately one of... You don't want to fuck with him. He'll destroy you, choke you out, break your arm. And Alex goes, "You think you're tough? I'm about to kick your ass." And then sort of it's winky wink, because they're all friends, like,
Yeah.
and it's all an act.
Because wasn't
He
he
is
fighting with
acting.
Joe last week? Wasn't he saying I'm going to...
Oh yeah, he was offering him out
He
and
was
all that.
offering him out.
But they said at the start of the pod, didn't they, Mike, to be fair, like, oh, we spoke on the phone for an hour and a half. I don't know how he talks in real life when he's talking on the phone, whether he's exactly the same as this or not.
Of course he isn't.
I
He's
don't-
like calm and rational Alex Jones.
I don't know, imagine if this is him.
No, it's not. This is a performance. He's admitted.
Yeah, no,
performance.
he is performing, but he's, imagine if he is this hyped up and het up all the time, like, yeah, this bit's the performance, the shit he says, I'm the conspiracy guy who knows everything. He was saying in this podcast, Ben, that when he was 7, his dad, who was a fucking dentist, worked for the CIA and all that, didn't he? Had all his clearance, and he was talking about cyborg technology. When I was 7, Joe, 7, you know, and I was sleeping with 25-year-old. No, he didn't say that shit, but you know what I mean. I get it. It is a performance. It is all fake.
I think it's started to blend into reality now, because like his ex, she said that he's very
He's
sort of-
lost the.
He's very paranoid now, apparently.
He's lost the. He used to be able to turn it on and off. Let's say the character of Alex, but now he's lost it. It's merged. Kayfabe, like when wrestlers believe their own. They call it working yourself into a shoot. You believe your character. You start to believe you are that superhero in reality and that, but then you're not. You're dad or you're.
Because you pretend to be two people all the time, that you eventually just become one.
When to become one. That's a
It's
Spice
also
Girls
Spice
song,
Girls.
which I sang last week as well. I'm trying to fit it into every week. Could you please pause it for a second?
Yeah. So we're back. So let's pick a winner, gents. We got Rick Wiles, who says that your phone company is creating the mark of the beast, with the man whose entire face from nose to neck is made of hair. Then we've got good old Pat Robinson, 700 Club, who says that gays will destroy society to legitimise their weird way of doing sex. And then we've got Alex, who was melting down over babies being murdered, intergalactic aliens. What, intergalactic even? I personally, I'm going for Rick.
Okay.
I swapped from Pat to Rick. Rick was spouting the most insane bollocks.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah. Alex was putting on a show.
Yeah.
And Pat's just an old bigot. Isn't he?
The phone company, Ben.
The phone companies are making me worship Satan.
So what am I supposed to say tomorrow? Ring 3, who's my phone operator?
Yeah.
Hello. Now how can we help? Press 1 for bills and pay, 5 for other, and wait 3 hours for someone to answer and go, hello, apparently you're connecting me to Satan. Can you stop? Can you cancel my Satan connection?
I don't want the mark of the beast.
No, I don't. No, I don't upgrade to Super Satan package. No.
He's on direct speed
I want to. No, I want to.
What do you
cancel
want this
it.
time, Ben?
I want to cancel the Satan contract, and you cancel
I want a
it.
successful podcast.
Please.
I remember he said resist to the death.
You did?
Because if you get that mark, if you get that microchip in your hand, that's the mark of the beast. You're going to hell, burning in lake of fire for eternity.
Well, it might not that bad.
He says it's better to be dead than have that mark of the beast.
Rather the lake of fire than spending heaven and all eternity with Paul fucking McCartney.
And him.
And me!
No, Rick.
No, he's going straight to fucking hell, mate. He's a fucking charlatan. Paul McCartney, Cliff Richard, Saint Tony, maybe.
Saint Tony.
No,
I'd chance get into hell.
I'd rather be in the fiery pit than spend eternity with them fuckers.
Room for me, Tony. No, I don't want to be with Tony in hell. That would fucking suck.
Because you just punch him in the face for all eternity.
There must be some cool people in hell.
Every scientist.
Yeah,
every
like
free thinker.
Some of the bad guys from wrestling, I could hang out
Gandhi.
with them. Will he be in hell with
Is
his
it Hindu?
flip-flops? Why are they going to hell?
What,
oh yeah,
Christians?
Christian hell. Well, surely they would get a pass.
Assuming that Christianity is the one true religion in this scenario, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
So Gandhi's there.
If he's saying that Satan exists, so Satan exists, therefore Christianity must be
true.
Must be true. That's what he's saying. So according to him, Gandhi will be in hell.
Yeah.
Mother Teresa's in hell.
Who, sorry?
Oh no, she was a Catholic, wasn't she?
Who?
Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
Oh, she'll be in heaven then.
Yeah, rather eternity in hell than heaven with fucking boring people.
John Paul Sartre said, hell is being trapped forever with your friends. Yeah, Barley, all his mates were French.
Boys and the Dwarf.
Yeah.
On that note,
I think so.
Who's won?
Rick Wiles.
Rick Wiles, we're going for Rick.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. So thanks for listening. It's been weird.
Ooh, can I do cheap plug section?
Plug.
Right, so we've got a band.
Well, we haven't got a band.
It started as a joke on the show, and it's sort of turned into from a joke name of a band to joke song titles to actually creating like actual songs. And we're going to put them all up eventually, but there's a few of them up on YouTube, and we've changed the name of the channel so it's easy to find now to Solar Warden Music. And if you can't understand my accent to our international listeners, Solar, like SOLAR, Warden, WARDEN.
You mean like the intergalactic space fleet that
Yeah,
protects
yeah.
Earth?
Them
Solar
guys.
Warden.
And apparently there's a character in a game that's called that on one of the games that the kids play that was brought to my attention, but we got it from the space program. Solar Warden Music. Look for that channel. And we've actually made a music video for the song Interdimensional Penis.
Which was featured on another podcast.
It was on Tell 'em Steve Dave. If you're a Kevin Smith fan, Comic Book Men fan, you'll know that podcast. Or an Impractical Jokers fan, you might know that podcast. But yeah, they played our song. And we made a music video to it, and I'm really proud of it. And we want to make more in the future. So support it, share it, like it, play it, and go and check it out. Yeah, we'd like that. And like our Facebook page.
Yes, hang on a second.
If this was your first episode, I'm sorry we're so drunk.
So we will close the show and I'll say I've been Ben. Thanks for listening. Don't drink the Flavour Aid and don't join a cult.
I'll say I've been Gaz, free Biff Tannen. I'll explain why you should free Biff Tannen on an upcoming 9-hour special episode extravaganza where we make Ben watch the Back to the Future the films and discuss them at length. Yeah, boy! Thank you for listening. Love you. Bye.
I've been Mike. Peace out. Thanks for listening. May the force be with you.
And we will leave you with the Solar Warden track, Interdimensional Penis.
Which is, of course, inspired by Mike's actual penis.
Yes. Floating through dimensions, having more fun than his.
Interdimensional penis.
So, yeah. Thank you for listening. Enjoy.
Such a man, I don't need my death. I'm really sick of it. So I cut it off and sent it on a journey. When I cut it off, it really hurt. But now it's free in the multiverse. Interdimensional penis. Tell me how you see it. My interdimensional penis. Such a man, I don't need my death. I'm really sick of it. So I cut it off and sent it on a journey. When I cut it off, it really hurt. But now it's free in the multiverse. Interdimensional penis.